Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a brilliant Wednesday on this hump day, whatever you are up to. The next couple of hours, we're going to have one of my favourite shows on the schedule, actually. It is, of course, a craft along. The whole idea of a craft along is that we all get together with one of our most recent launches that we know so many of you already own, and we create something fabulous with something fabulous, someone fabulous even. That something fabulous, of course, today is the Vintage Snowman collection, and that someone fabulous is my TV wife, Debbie Fisher. She's back again. How are you, Debbie?
Hello, Joe. Yeah, I'm really good. You know how much I love a craft along. It's going to be really lovely. And I was thinking that as we had a Christmas sort of collection on, let's make something that we can prepare and get ready for Christmas. So whether you want to gift it or whether you just want to create that little notelet holder. So we're actually going to create this little notelet holder here, which is like a box.
Cute.
So, yeah, so if I just turn it all around, you can see it's all housing little cards in there. So it's got a little pocket in the front, and it means, so we've got cards in here and we've got our envelopes in the back as well. So that's all you need to do is grab yourself some cards and envelopes. I've took mine from one of our boxes, our subscription boxes.
Yep.
So the craft boxes have cards and envelopes in, and we're just going to be making a few basic cards to pop in there, time pending, but actually getting a little notelet holder done. We're going to do a lot of colouring in as well in today's show, which is great because a snowman is the best way to practice your colouring because there's not too much colouring to do, and there's nice areas to colour. We've got some nice stamps and a nice little project to go along with.
Excellent. It's not too late if you want to gather your bits and bobs ready, then you'll be able to join Debbie in the next couple of hours. Let's have a little look then at everything that you are going to need. So here it is, the Vintage Snowman collections. We've got several items from there. We've got Christmas in Your Heart, Winter Blessings, the paper pad, the stamps and dies. We've also got some embossing folders in there. I know Debbie may have changed the embossing folder up. I guess any embossing folder, Debbie, you've got will work, will it, with this?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, the embossing folder is just, we don't have it in stock anymore, so apologies for that, but you might already have it. But it's just if we get time to do it. We've got actually 4 cards in our notelet. We may only get 2 or 3 done, but it will give you that good idea of how to do simplistic cards and pop them into your little notelet holder.
Excellent. Talking of cardstock, then you'll need some matte black cardstock, some multi-purpose and some craft card. You will also need your alcohol markers, an alcohol-proof ink pad, some Nina cardstock for your colouring. We've got some gems, some twine there, all your different adhesives and foam pads too. So that is all the bits and bobs that you need. If you don't yet own this collection and you want to get your hands on it, you absolutely can. It is available. We've got a brilliant selection of goodies for you. There it all is, stamps and dies and layering dies, luxury cardstock, and of course the paper pad are all included in there for you. So you'll be able to get that delivered and then come back and watch this show back anytime you wish. $87.66 or $111.30 is your price. Now, talking of paper pads, got the queen of the paper pads herself is joining us for this craft along. Christine Mahoney, so lovely to see your face. How's it going on this Wednesday?
Hi there. Going great. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good, thank you. It's very warm here today in the northeast. How is it there, that side of the pond?
Yeah, it's warm today. It's supposed to be a little rainy, but it's been really warm here too.
Fabulous. Yes, we're all very, very warm here. The craft room, as always, Christine, is looking absolutely spectacular, may I say. It just brings me joy seeing all of that. Look at all of those all of that beautiful stuff. It's the fairy lights. So it's like a Santa's grotto of crafts. Have you got everything you need gathered and ready, Christine?
Pretty much, yes.
Amazing. Right, I'll be dropping in onto I won't be dropping in onto you. Gosh, that'd be painful for you, wouldn't it? I will be dropping in on you as we go through the show. Can't wait to see what you come up with over the next couple of hours. That's the lovely Christine Mahoney there in upstate New York. Lots of you saying hi. Suzette Sue says hi. Debbie, Joe, Keith, team and friends. Hope everyone is doing well. In PEI, Prince Edward Island. Keith is coming up in a couple of hours' time. So 4 p.m. here in the UK, which is 11 a.m. East Coast, 8 a.m. West Coast. Keith will be back with Paper DIenamics. A lot of that stuff It's going very, very fast. If you haven't had a chance to see it, if you didn't see our earlier wake-up call, I would urge you to go and hit that Shop the Day button over on the home screen of the website and have a little look at all those products. I think we're probably going to have sellouts by the time we get to Keith in a couple of hours' time. Lynn Harvey saying hello again. Joyous Joe, Debbie, Keith, the CTV team, the wonderful social superstar, and everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. I'm enjoying my day. Debbie, you enjoying your day?
I am enjoying my day,
There
yes.
you are. Boys in the gallery, Jamie and George, you enjoy your day? Both of them claimed to be enjoying their day, but they were just a little bit unsure there, Debbie, weren't they, on the uptake? Betsy saying good morning from Houston, Texas. Lovely to see Christine Mahoney back. Diane's in Tennessee. Mary is in Minnesota. Patty's here from Michigan as well. Regina's in Buffalo, New York, and Mary Pat is in from Montana too. Debbie, it would seem, judging by the comments, that everyone has gathered their bits and bobs and is pretty much ready to crack on if you are.
Lovely, yeah, absolutely. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our vintage Snowman card pack. I love this card pack, Joe, so if you want to get extras of these, please do, because they are absolutely amazing. I'll bring them out because what
it is in stock individually on the website at the moment as well if you wanted to grab extras.
Fabulous. But look at this, that really icy white, beautiful, almost like Centura Pearl, double-sided. It's incredible cardstock. So cutting your snowmans out of that is amazing, but what you do have in here is lots of different textures, your pearlized ones, including that beautiful glitter. It's just gorgeous. I mean, look at that, absolutely beautiful designs that are all going to coordinate together, which is amazing. So the first thing I want to do is take myself, we're going to be doing the initial sort of wraparound piece. So I'm using this lovely teal colour, so we're just going to take that colour and take it from, there we go, it's hiding. And also I'm going to take a navy piece as well, because the navy piece is going to be on the inside. So this is what the inside piece is going to be. So you want your navy and your teal. I mean, obviously you can use whichever ones that you want, so it doesn't, you don't have to use exactly the same as what I do, but you've got beautiful cardstock there. And like I say, if you do want to grab extras, make sure you do. Let's pop that to the side and bring in that lovely teal. So the first thing we're going to do to create this, we're going to trim our cardstock. We need to cut this 10 inches by 6 3/4, okay? So let's bring in our guillotine, take out that little step.
Just to let anyone know, if they're new to the Craft Along Day, we will take regular breaks as well, won't we, and recap. So if anyone does, you know, start to fall behind a little bit, don't worry, we'll give you an opportunity to get caught up.
Yeah, it's such a great craft along, isn't it, Joe? And it doesn't matter what we do. I love the fact that we get people that craft along, or we get people that wait and watch at another time. Whatever you decide to do, I like exactly what Joe says. It's great because if you do get that bit behind, or you just want me to recap, we do try to recap quite often, and you will be able to sort of catch up with us, but we do it at your time. So that was 10 inches. And I'm now doing it by 6 3/4, okay? So 10 by 6 3/4. So I'm going to pop that to the side and bring in my scoreboard. So just a quick recap. So we're using our teal papers, and we've trimmed this 10 inches by 6 3/4. So now I'm going to bring in my scoring tool, and we're going to do a little bit of scoring down, and we're going to score this at 4.5 and 5.5 inches. So 4.5. I like to do it a couple of times, Joe. It just stretches those fibres of the card, and then we're going to come in at 5.
I'm always normally a bit heavy-handed at this point, Debbie.
Oh, are you?
It's taken me a long time to have a slighter touch.
Oh, okay, yeah. And the other thing to remember, Joe, we do 2 different ones. In fact, I've got both of them here. We do 2 different scoring tools. This one comes in your Ultimate Pro. You can buy them separately. This has got a really small little ball on the end there. So that, if you've got thinner cardstock or thinner paper, is no good.
Right, okay.
Because that will rip through it, and it will be too harsh. So what I would always suggest is when you start to score, get the double-sided one, and again, you've got to smaller ball tool but bigger than the one on here, so you can see the comparison, and then you've got a bigger ball tool on here, always start with your bigger ball tool, because it's bigger, it won't go down into that gap and rip your cardstock, so it's much better. And always just do that light touch a couple of times to create the spine on your actual book cover there. And then all we're going to do is I'm going to fold that over, making sure that's straight on each side. If it's not, that's just your cutting, so just make sure that you go back in and you can just trim your sides down if it's a little bit wonky. And believe me, I've done plenty of wonky cards before. So just lining that up and folding that. So that's as simple as that piece gets. So straight away, you've got that fold and your actual book. So really nice and easy. Right, so our next step in is then to bring our inside piece in. And this is where we're going to make the little holdlet inside. And what we're going to do for this pocket is we're going to trim this piece to 7 1/4 by 7 3/8. So what I'm going to do, instead of cutting, so I'm going to make sure this will go, so that will go to 7 inches, but I'm going to turn this round and we're actually going to measure this at 3 7/8 of an inch. So we're going to go to our 3, and 7/8 of an inch is just one before the actual 4, so one increment before the 4. So we're just going to put a score line down because it's easier to do it that way than to find that increment on your guillotine. So we're going to bring our guillotine in. I can trim that down. So that piece there is my 3 7/8 of an inch. And you can see on the guillotine, it literally is just over the 3 1/4 inch mark. So just making sure we've got that there. Trim that down, and then we're going to turn that round and we're going to trim this to 7 1/4. So 7 1/4. There we go. So that gives us our little pocket measurements. And again, I'll just quickly recap on that. Trim this across here at 7 1/4, and down here will be 3 7/8 of an inch. Then we're going to bring our scoreboard back in and our scoring tool, and then we're going to do a little bit of scoring. So we're going to come in at 1/2 inch, so 1/2 inch, score down a couple of times. Then we're going to go to 1 3/8 of an inch, so 1 inch and then 1 2 3/8 of an inch, a couple of times. Then we're going to go to 5 7/8 of an inch, so 5, I'm a 5, I can't see because it's moulded in, and 7/8 of an inch is just one before the 8, just down like that. And then we're going to go to 6 3/4, so we've got our 6 3/4, and then we're going to rotate our card, and we're going to do those same 2 measurements at 1/2 inch.
Could you say the measurements again for that first piece,
Yeah,
Debbie?
absolutely. In fact, I'll
Brilliant.
recap this whole section.
Wonderful.
So we're going to go at 1/2 inch and 1 3/8 of an inch. So 1 and 1 2 3.
I'm Christine Mahoney lip reading in the bottom corner there. I can see her, and I can. Yeah, I didn't realise how much of I didn't realise how good a lip reader I was until we started wearing masks, and then I couldn't hear anyone.
Very good. Right, so I'm going to completely recap on those measurements. So we're going to take our blue piece of card. I know that that's going to be 7 and 1 7 1/4 inches, but we're going to do it 3 7/8 of an inch. So 3 and then 7/8 of an inch. I'm doing that as a score line because we're going to trim that. So let's trim that one, so everyone can catch up and write these down as we go along. So that's 3 7/8 of an inch, and then we're going to cut that again at 7 1/4. Okay, so that is the piece that you'll end up with. And then we're going to take our scoreboard. We're going to place our smallest side onto the end, and we're going to score in at 1/2 inch. So that's 1/2 inch, and then 1 3/8 of an inch. So 1 and then 1 2 3. So 1 3/8 of an inch. So it's 1/2 inch, 1 3/8 of an inch. Then we're going to go in at 5 7/8 of an inch. So our 5, just so that's 1 before our 6. And then we're going to score again at 6 3/4. Okay, so I'll just quickly say that again. We've got a score at 1/2 inch, 1 3/8 of an inch, 5 7/8 of an inch, and 6 3/4. And then we're going to turn that round and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score at that 1 3/8 of an inch. So 1 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so hopefully everyone's got that, and we're up to this piece here. Okay, and then we're going to cut this, and then we're going to go to a break so you can catch up with all those measurements. So I'm going to grab my sort of medium scissors. What we're going to do here is, so this is a case of cutting these pieces off. We're going to snip up, and I'm going to do this twice, so if you don't follow the first time, I've got that other piece that we can do. This piece here, we're going to completely take away. So we're going to cut up that piece, just to there. And then we're going to trim that off, but I'm going to put that at a little bit of an angle, because this piece is what we're going to have as our tab, and we're going to trim that at a little bit of an angle as well. Okay, so that's, you took that piece out from that side, one piece that's scored, and then the next bit, and then we've just cut 2 little tabs off at the side there. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So that end section, so those 2, one little square and one oblong, oblong, rectangle I should just say, shouldn't I, Joe? It would be a lot easier. And take those corners away, okay? So pop them back. So you can see we've took out our little sections, yeah. And then we're going to take the bottom rectangle out. So we're going to just trim that away, and that piece. So trim that section, and we're going to trim the other section as well. Got some glue on our scissors. I've never noticed that before, Joe, because
nothing normally sticks to them, does it?
Oh, it doesn't. It just needs pulling off. I think it's not stuck to them, but it's just held itself on there. So let's take that off. And then we're going to cut that section and that section away. So just I'm putting all my sections, keeping them here so you can see exactly what we're cutting away. And I will repeat this, like I said. And then the next thing we're going to do is we just need to make these into tabs. So we're just going to trim that one up to the first line, and trim that one up to the first line. Okay, so that creates our little tabs. So when it comes round, so I'm going to fold and score. I will repeat this, like I say, because I don't want anyone getting lost. We're going to fold that up, and this one. And then we're going to fold the sides in. Turn that round.
So you're making like a little gusseted pocket?
Absolutely, yeah. It's sort of like a backless pocket. So all these will go in, so we're going to glue these ones into place once I redo it, can you see? And then it creates this little pocket like so, which is then ready to stick onto your card inside, and that will fit perfectly because it has that same 1/2 inch gap that you have inside your card to pop in there. Okay?
Perfect.
Right, so I'm just going to repeat that, Joe, and then we'll have a break and let everybody catch
Brilliant,
up
let's
with
do that.
Just so everybody knows exactly what they are doing. So again, I'm taking that piece of card, so we've scored it. We're going to take that very end panel and we're going to trim those sides up, and we're going to come in at a little bit of an angle in that one, just so it leaves a tab at the side, so like so. Okay, that piece off, and then we will do the same on the opposite side. So coming up and then slightly in at an angle. Just neatened your corners by putting a little mitre angle in there. So each side, so you can see those ones. And then we're going to come up and take that bottom rectangle out. So trim that out. And the opposite side, that little rectangle, trim that one out. And then all we're going to do is cut that then up to that first line and cut the next section up to the first line. Okay, so we don't need 2 of these. I'm just doing it so I'm repeating the steps so
Brilliant.
everyone can catch up. So no, definitely don't need 2 of them. If you wanted to do 2 and you wanted a double-sided box, all you would do is you would make your sheet of card here 1 inch bigger on each side, and you would extend your middle section for another inch, so you would then get 2 pockets on each side. So it is doable, but we're just doing 1 pocket. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to add our tape pen. So we're going to pop our tape pen onto that side, making sure that's all covered, and then we're going to do that on the opposite side. Yeah, the only reason, just to clarify, that I only made 2 was to show everybody it twice. Oh, I haven't folded on that, Joe. Just fold my foldings in. The nice thing is this cardstock that comes with the vintage Snowman is such a good weight to make these sort of things with. And what doing this means, having that structure on the side tabs and having this back piece that we stick on, it gives it a little bit of rigidity as well. So we're going to tuck that one under. And just make sure, because, and I mean, you could use red liner tape, but if you're just using our tape pens, make sure you just massage that down. It means that the glue will get even more tackier and it will stick beautifully. And then all we're going to do is I'm going to add glue, but this time we're going to bring in our tacky glue. So I've got my little bottle of tacky glue, and we're going to add this onto the inside of our card. So I'm going to use just the bit here so we can pop that into place. And then I'm going to put all my glue up to there. And then on the other side, working that glue all over. You could use, again, red liner tape, which would be good. And then we're going to pop this one into place. And then what I would do, once you put your tacky glue on, just let it go a little bit more tacky, because we want this to really hold in place. So I'm just sort of wafting it, if you like, which means that it lets it evaporate a little bit. So the more it evaporates, the more it starts to get tackier. You can feel it sort of as you touch it, it starts to get sort of that little bit more tackier. I'm going to fold those boxes in, and then we're going to bring back in our card. Just pop that on there. Let me just grab a piece of tissue so I can get rid of the glue that I've just stuck on my fingers. And then I would say just about 1/2 centimetre from the bottom, we're going to sort of stick that into place. Now make sure when you're putting it down, the side folds in on there. So you're not putting it over that line, but it should fit perfectly inside that gap. Okay, so you can fold that round and you'll see that fits absolutely perfectly in there. And so all I'm going to do is, while that's there, we're going to hold our fingers into the inside just till that takes hold. So just hold that into place. So I wanted to do this right at the very beginning, so then when we make our cards, that will be thoroughly stuck, and it will hold all our workings inside.
Brilliant.
And there we go. So
You're going to be able to use that sort of basis for loads of different things, aren't you?
So many different things.
Any kind of theme you like, really.
Yeah, I mean, you could do them for recipe cards, couldn't you?
Oh, what a lovely idea.
Yeah, just little, I remember years ago, Joe, you used to buy little stationery sets where you'd have your little cards ready just to write someone a note. We used to have like pen pals. Did you ever have a pen pal?
I did, yes.
Yeah,
I think
I had
it was
a pen
someone that I
pal.
met when we went on. I remember going on a family holiday to the Canaries.
Yeah.
And we met family from Wales,
Yes.
and then we wrote to each other.
Yeah, I did the same. Yeah, but and it's awful because I can't even remember what his name was now.
No,
Isn't
me
that
neither.
bad?
That's showbiz, isn't it?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Right, so we'll have a break there, let everyone get all their snipping done, all their pieces stuck back in, but you should be already at the stage where you've got your little notelet wallet ready, stuck in, ready to put all your little note cards in there.
Amazing. Right then, we'll give you an opportunity to get yourselves caught up there. Lots of you still tuning in, saying hi. Melanie D is saying hi from Florida. Debbie Castle, I'm so posh, Castle, saying hi from Washington. Julie is in sunny Poole. And Joyce Caracciolo, what a great name, Joyce Caracciolo. Ready for some cool crafting on this hot day. Teresa saying hi as well from Long Island. Rachel saying hi from South Australia. Whereabouts in South Australia, Rachel? I'd love to know. I want to share with you something else that we've got on the show for you today. It is these, the iconic original tri-blend pens. These are absolutely awesome. Got these on a 10% saving for you. Now, obviously, they are brilliant because what you have is 3 shades. Oh, I'm going to have to open one for you, aren't I? Don't tell John, whatever you do. Here we go. Let's open one of these up. What you've got are 3 shades of the same colour in each pen. We know how well documented my challenge is with... I'm not very good with any kind of packaging.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to open it. Don't tell Tracy, will you? That's John. You can see here what you've got. This one here then, for instance, is the magenta. And then what you get is you've got 3 pens in each marker. So you've got the light, the medium, and also the dark shade in each of those, which is brilliant, and the same for every colour. So each collection actually has 72 markers in it, which is marvellous. So this one here is your deep blends that we've got, which is cool. So you can see all the different colours that you've got in there. And then we have another set for you, which is your essentials, which are these ones just here. If you're going to go for one of these, it's the essentials that you want to go for. If you want to complete your collection, then you want to go for the deep blends as well, because what the essentials do is they give you, so for instance, can you see here, we've got dark red blend here in the essentials, and then you've got dark red shades down here in the deep blends. That extends it for you. So actually what you've then got is 6 shades in the dark red. So you've got, in the deep blends, you've got 6 new colours and 6 extenders for 6 out of the essentials, if that makes sense. £71.99 or £107.95 is your price there on those. So do snap those up. £57.59 or £86.36. So your essentials or your deep blend. So they're both the same, as you can see. Wonderful. So that one there is your essentials. There we go. Absolutely awesome. They are brilliant, those as well. I mean, they are brilliant. Even I can use them. So if I can use them, absolutely any one of you guys will be able to use them. I just want to grab for you a second the pad, just destroying the pack shot there. Let me go through again. If you're looking at this craft and thinking, I'd absolutely love to make some of these note holders this festive period, then the great news is that we have a collection in stock for you on the vintage Snowman. So lots of lovely imagery in here, some really lovely refined colour tones all the way through this one too. So that is your 12x12 pad. Then you'll also get the cut and emboss folder in there too, which is glorious. So that's going to give you all that lovely embossed detail and cut that aperture. And you know what that gives you, Debbie?
Does it give you a great opportunity?
Sorry?
Does it give you a great opportunity?
No, it just gives you a little hole in the middle. Yeah, yeah, it does. It gives you opportunity to craft. So you're going to get the Falling Snow embossing folder. You've got your Vintage Wonderland. These are really lovely sort of layering dies that we've got here on these with the little stamped in there as well. This one here is your different sentiments. Merry Christmas, so much fun. Merry and bright, season's greetings are all in there. Then we've got this one here, which is your dashing through the snow with the sleigh and the snowmen in there. Then we also have your Oh Christmas Tree, which is the beautiful stamps and dies. Also, you can use the stamps on their own, but we're having the die with them gives you even more versatility. Then you've got Christmas in Your Heart. This one here says Merry and Bright. We've also got Winter Blessings in here. And then you will also get the luxury cardstock too, which is this one just here, which is absolutely glorious. A really lovely selection of glitter and pearlescent papers, which is amazing. £70.13 or £89.04 is your price there on those. I think, judging by the comments, everyone appears to be. Oh, can you give us the measurements one more time?
Absolutely, yes. So
that was for Debbie Castle.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just crossed them off as we've gone along. So the notelet card itself is 10 inches by 6 3/4 and scored at 4.5 and 5.5. And remember, you can also go back and rewind the show. So even if you get to the end and you want to recap, all those measurements are still there. And then our pocket we've cut at 7 1/4 by 3 7/8 inch, and then we've scored at 1/2 inch, 1 3/8 inch, 5 7/8 inch, and 6 3/4. Rotate that piece of card and then score at 1/2 inch and 1 3/8 inch, and then that cuts all your little pocket designs there. And then you can go back, rewind it, and re-watch how we did it. Put it
Brilliant. I hope that helps for you. Any other questions or comments you've got as we go along, you can of course get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion. If you are on YouTube, you can get social with us. The strap is there along the bottom of the screen for you. I think everyone else is pretty much good to go though, Debbie, if you're ready.
Fabulous. Yes, absolutely. So the Vintage Snowman paper pad, a paper pad has gone to town on this one. It's beautiful. What I love about it, it really has that essence of so much design in the background. So it looks like snow flurry is falling, it looks like lights are twinkling. It's an absolutely beautiful paper pad. So you've just got to decide which one you want to use. Now I've used the back of this on my mate, but I'm going to actually use a different design just to shake it up a bit so we can see sort of the differences. I quite like the idea, and these are brilliant because these actually give you individual backgrounds that you can design onto, which are fabulous. So I'm just going to take this green Christmas tree out because we've used that sort of green colour, and I quite like the idea of the snowman standing next to the Christmas tree. So let's bring that out, and because of that, so our snowman here, so you can see I'll bring in my finished sample. I've used this blue one in the background, but it'd be nice I think to have my snowman sort of by this tree. So what we want to do, we want to create our mats and layers for the front of our project here. So we're going to trim a piece of white card to start with, and our white card is going to be 4 inches by 6 1/4. So let's bring this in, and then we're going to have this onto here, and I'm going to bring that in at, first we're going to do the smaller size, which is the which is the 4 inches. So we're just going to go to 4 inches, trim that down, and then we're going to turn that round and go to 6 1/4. So 6 1/4, and trim that one down. Now while we've got the guillotine out, I'm going to bring in our piece of cardstock, because what we want to do is mat and layer our cardstock onto that. So this cardstock, and because I want to use this big tree in the background, what I am going to do is I'm going to bring my papers in, so I know my snowman will sort of fit here, and we're going to trim this one to 3 3/4 by 6 inches. So first of all, I'm just going to see where my 3 1/4 will be, which will take me to about there. So actually, I think we can come across, so we've got that tree in. I'm going to trim mine to here. I hope that makes sense. I can use my papers for another thing, but what I actually want to do, I just want to create that, is it 3 3/4? Yeah, 3 3/4, that's perfect. So I can get that right piece of card that I want to use with my snowman standing next to it. And then we want to trim that to 6 inches. So what I am going to do is just see where my 6 inches takes me on the tree, because I want to get that, there we go. So I want to get my star in. So I'm going to trim that bottom, I'm going to turn that round, and I'm going to trim that to 6 inches. Now, depending on what piece of paper you've used, that's how you would get your whatever design you want into the background. So I'm going to pop them to one side. Then we've got this, our Matson layer. So this one is going to go onto the top of this one, you see? So ours are slightly different, and then we're going to pop that on top of our actual box, just like so, okay? So that gives us our first ones. And you can see how different this one now looks. So we're going to still do our snowman the same, but it will stand in front of our Christmas tree this time. So let's pop that to the side. I'm going to just take these over so we can stick these down, and then we're going to stick these together. So I'm bringing in my tape pen, and we're just going to stick these Matson layer on top of each other.
Oh, you got text.
What?
On your watch, you got text.
Oh, didn't even notice. It's Ash on socials.
Is it? Oh, hi Ash.
I forgot to put my theatre mode on. Yeah, I think our Debbie Robinson's down at Hobby Maker today, so they're asking her for some social content.
My watch keeps chirping up in the most inopportune.
Does it just speak to you?
It
Because
does.
Siri thinks you're saying something.
But I was having quite a deep and meaningful conversation, and as I finished my statement, Debbie, my watch popped up and went, "You are the wind beneath my wings."
Oh,
that's what it said at the end.
That's very
It was
strange.
very strange, and it's done it a few times recently. It's piped up with actually quite hilarious things.
That's funny. So just a quick recap, we've cut our white cardstock underneath to 4 inches, down here to 6 1/4, and then our pattern cardstock we've trimmed to 3 3/4 by 6 inches, and that gives us the front of our card, okay? And then the next thing I want to do is we want to Matson layer onto the inside of our card. So let me just grab, I'm trying to think, let me see if we've left any big enough so I don't have to, oh yeah, that one's perfect, we can just use that one. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about what the pattern is on this one. I'm just going to take the edge off. So this one we're going to bring in our white cardstock again, and this time let me check on. Where's my measurements, Joe? I've got a feeling, this awful feeling, I haven't put measurements down. So I am going to just have a look to see what size this was. So we're going to do it 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to write that down. 4 1/4 by, what did I say? 3 and a, can't remember what I said now. 2 3/4. 2 3/4. 2 3/4, which makes that 4 by 2 1/2. So hopefully, let's do our first piece. So our white piece, we're going to trim that down. So pop that in, and we're going to do 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to check that's the right size for that box there, because we might, oh no, didn't do that right at all, Joe, look, so I need to take that down about
What a
there.
nightmare.
So let me give you, it's because I didn't write, it's always something I don't write down. So it was 2 1/4. Let's do 2 1/4.
You must tell me again and all of us at some point today about your very funny trip to the Moulin Rouge, Debbie. Maybe you can tell us later in Creative Cravings, because my word, me and Debbie have not. We like ugly cried laughing, didn't we, last night? It was so funny.
It was very funny, and I have to try not to think about it, because when I think about it, it makes me really laugh.
Me and Debbie couldn't get the story. You know when you're trying to tell a story to someone and you're laughing so much, you just can't get it out. And then I was laughing, and she was, honestly, if you'd have heard us in the house last night.
Yes. Yeah, it was very funny. Right, so 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then we're going to cut our paper cardstock, or our pattern paper, should I say. We're going to trim that to 2 inches by 4 inches. So 2 by 4. And that will Matson layer onto your white cardstock. Okay, so we can stick that on. So just a quick recap, 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, and then our pattern cardstock is 4 by 2, so nice and easy. And then we're going to stick those pieces together. And just...
This project will be perfect with many of my CC collections, says Mary Pat. Absolutely. Well, I think I love the craft alongs. A lot of them, once you've learnt, they're sort of basic skills that you can roll out across loads of different things, aren't they, Debbie?
Yeah, it's one of those things that you can adapt then to anything that comes out in the collection, in any collection, should I say, which is quite incredible. And that's exactly what craft along should be about. What I love about them, I mean, we're using a stamp today that we don't have in stock anymore, so real apologies for that. But what it does show, Joe, is that when you get a collection, if you really want it, you have to get it, because we could lose certain things in the collection. But actually, although I'm using this beautiful stamp here to do our next bit of colouring, this is our Christmas in Your Heart. So anyone that originally got the collection would have this one. But if you don't, and the collection today, I'm going to bring in another one. We do one with a snowman here, where you've got the 2 snowmen, and you've also got this snowman as well, which is a very cute one. So you've got other options in this collection to do. So if you're looking today and thinking, oh, I want to do this craft along, I really want that collection, you can do it, but using a different snowman in there as well. So really great ones to have. But unfortunately, a lot of this collection we don't have anymore, and obviously we base the collection on when we first sell it and what we have in the collection, because we've also got, we've got the stockings on that one. We've got stockings, so hopefully if you haven't got this collection, you can use other elements in the collection.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do now, Joe, so we've got our actual design all done. So we've got our little booklet, we've got our little pocket to put our cards in, and then we're going to start decorating. So let's get the front done first. So we're going to stamp this beautiful snowman out, and I'm also going to stamp the stockings as well. So let's bring that stocking in. And then we've also got some dies as well. So the dies, and you can get these still in the collection, the seasonal sentiments. These are great because they offer you so many different ones, but in one die. So you can see it's 4 dies, but you've got all those words, which means, and I love the way they've done it, Joe, because you can mix and match if you want them. You know, if you want to use some of the other words, you just want to put snow on something, or a snow Christmas, you can sort of use those. So we're going to pop them to the side. We're going to bring in our, I'm going to bring in my rocker block actually, so just to pop that snowman on, just like so, and we're going to fussy cut him out. So all I'm going to do is bring in some cardstock. Let me just grab my white cardstock. And we're going to, in fact, I'm going to bring in some Nina cardstock. I love Nina cardstock as well. Not only is it great for your alcohol pens, but what it does do as well is it's a great sort of off-white for your snowman. So we're going to bring in our Finesse alcohol-proof Nor Black I'm using.
Excellent.
So a great one to use, especially if you're using alcohol colouring. If you are crafting along and you want to use your watercolours, just make sure you use your waterproof ink to go with that. So I'm making sure that I've got plenty of ink on my snowman. They're great stamps, they stamp beautifully, and also they have a really thin outline, which makes them easy to sort of stamp onto. Look at him, beautiful. And like I say, if you are going for a different one, in fact, let's do it, Joe. Shall I bring that one in? I'm using a stamp set, and actually, I'm fussy cutting out, but if you do use this one, so let's stamp this one as well, just for people at home maybe that have only got this one, you actually get the dies in this one as well. But the snowman in here is super cute as well, so I'm just going to stamp him out so you can see.
Astrid says, oh my goodness, it's hot. I've given in. I've got a cold beer and a packet of minstrels on the go.
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It's a cold beer and a packet of minstrels.
But I love minstrels.
Oh,
I think if that was me, I would probably have a pink gin and lemonade with a packet of minstrels.
Would you? Oh.
George, you can't be thinking alcohol because you know you've got to recover.
We've got a new viewer, just Tonya. Tonya Thomas says, I've just found this channel and I'm so excited.
Oh,
We're so excited that you
love
found us,
that.
Tonya. Hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. It's quite nice. We get new viewers all the time, don't we? Which is lovely. So what we're going to do now is I also want to do some stockings. So we're going to stamp our stockings out. And I'm going to do a few of these. And then we're just going to have some mindful colouring. So stamp them out. And let's do another one. I actually thought you were John then, Joe.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't see you come across until you appeared, so I thought
I was creeping up on you, Debbie.
Yeah, creeping over to get a tissue. So I'm actually stamping a 6 out. Because depending on time is hopefully we can get to colour them in and create a little card with them as well. So one more. And it's the reason I'm using, I mean, you know, I love my stamping platform, but actually your rocker blocks are really good for quick stamping and just being able to sort of stamp multiple ones out at a time. So let's just bring in a sheet of card here to colour onto. And then we're going to bring in our tri-blend pens. So the tri-blends, they're still on an offer, aren't they, Joe?
At the moment, both the essentials and the deep blends too, so you can grab those. They are available in this show.
I'm going to start with my dark red. So these are just the dark red blends. Now, anyone that's new to us, so we've obviously got some new eyes and looking. If you want to have a really mindful craft, colouring is definitely for you. You don't need any machinery with it. You need some stamps, some ink pads, and then you can start your colouring journey straight away. Now, all I'm going to do is I've decided I'm going to have a nice red scarf. So we're just going to colour that outline. I'm using my lightest colour first, and we're just going to go round and colour that in. So using that light colour, just around, and creating that base colour. So I'm doing one section at a time. Then we're going to come in with our darker colour. I just realised, it doesn't matter, Joe, but I've used different reds. I used some of our, I remember when I was doing this, I was using the Spectrum Classiques.
Oh, okay.
So I was using the different reds. So
I guess
it doesn't
whatever
matter, it
colouring
just
medium
gives
you
you-
have, they will be suffice, will
Doesn't
it?
matter, yeah, it just looks a little bit different, but actually it's quite nice having that different variant.
Tonya Thomas says, I am in Tennessee. I bet it's warm in Tennessee today, Tonya, I can imagine.
Cool, I bet it is. So I'm leaving this light shade in the centre as if the sun is coming down onto the centre of our snowman.
Not too much though, I don't want him to melt, Debbie.
No, we don't want him to melt, absolutely not. And then we're just going to come in and do the same on that top bit. I'm having to really concentrate because I don't have my glasses. Surprise, surprise. So if I do end up going out the edges, it doesn't matter, does it? But you'll know why. It's because I'm really concentrating to see where I'm colouring, trying to focus. And then we're going to come in. So obviously under the chin, you'd have that darker point, but also just around the neckline where that all blends in. And then we're going to go in with our darker colour and just go again right under that chin line, just in the sides and round the bottom.
Rhonda Crowley wants to know what minstrels are. They are delicious galaxy chocolate encased in a hard, crunchy candy shell, aren't they?
So Galaxy,
Bit like an M&M.
Galaxy is my favourite chocolate
Is it?
ever. My favourite chocolate bar is a Ripple.
Oh, I love a Ripple. The way it just melts in the
I
mouth.
love a Ripple. So a Ripple is like a flake, but it's Galaxy chocolate. And
Yeah.
it's just amazing. Oh, I can't believe someone doesn't know what, it just shows
They
you
obviously
the
don't have them in the States, I don't think.
No. But yeah, minstrels are lovely. Like a Smartie. They're like Smarties, but obviously bigger and more chocolatey.
And more delicious.
More delicious. Yeah, absolutely. So just coming in with that darker colour. It's nice to be able to, I mean, we have got a colouring show or a colouring craft along in a couple of weeks.
A colour along?
A colour along, yes.
Have you? What is that on?
It's actually colouring our new card blank, our card pad toppers.
Pad front, yeah.
Yeah, card front pads, yeah. So it's colouring those in and doing a nice little project. So I'm doing actually a little, oh no, that's a different one. I'm doing a lot of craft along, so I think I'm merging them all into one, so it'll just be a surprise nearer the time. And then I go back in. Oh, my top bit's completely come off there.
Sylv's given us a very succinct description of minstrels. She says, minstrels are UK chocolates, chocolate buttons in a crispy shell that doesn't melt. Bigger than M&M's, a bit flatter, and the shell is thinner and dark brown. No added colours. I mean, that is, you should, if you've come up with that yourself, Sylv, maybe you could be a professional chocolate describer. I think that could be actually your job based on that.
Absolutely. Why not?
Imagine that, a chocolate describer. You get paid just to eat chocolates and then describe it.
What a job.
What a job.
Do you think you would feel a little bit sicky?
I think I'd be all right with it. I think, you know, it'd have to just be, you know, just one of the things of the job, isn't it? My favourite chocolate, good question, George, is probably, I do like a dime bar.
Oh, I love a dime bar. It's not my favourite, though.
A dime bar is like it's a very crunchy, it's hard caramel, very thin, quite salty, wrapped in sort of dunked in milk chocolate. Very delicious.
So I'm using pink extend now. So we're going to the extend ones and we're using the pink. So I'm going to come down and just colour his gloves.
What's yours, Debbie? Oh, a Galaxy.
Anything Galaxy, but I do. If I was to choose a Galaxy, it would be the Ripple.
The Ripple.
Yeah.
Producer Jamie loves a crunchy.
We used to have this thing, didn't we? Thank Friday, it's crunchy or something, wasn't it?
Thank Friday Crunchy?
Yeah, they used to do an advert for Crunchy, and Thank Crunchy, it's Friday or
Thank
something.
Crunchy, it's
like
Friday.
That.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was what
remember
it was.
that.
Thank
Surprisingly
Crunchy,
low in
it's
calories of Crunchy, you know.
Oh.
George? An orange twirl.
Oh.
He's a very modern man, our George.
It's not Terry's, it's mine.
There was an Instagram post or a Twitter post or something recently, and he said, I got on the train with a friend of mine, and she goes, oh, I can smell a chocolate orange. He was like, no, it's just an orange you can smell. Made me laugh, Debbie.
Made you laugh, Joe. Yeah. I'm just using, so I used the Pale Pink Extend, and now I've got the blue turquoise blend. So we're just to bring that sort of bit of turquoise in, because we're using those sort of teal colours in our papers. But obviously you can colour your snowman however you want to colour him in. So that's his gloves.
We'll soon be thinking about hats and gloves and scarves, won't we?
Oh, don't. Hopefully that's quite a way off, Joe.
Oh, at least a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks. Just a couple of weeks away. Right, let's do our orange blend for his nose. So I'm going to come in first of all with the lightest colour. So much detail in these stamps, and they just look amazing. And then actually I think I'm going to go straight in with a darker colour. Right on that top, and then go back in with my lightest colour. That just gives us that real beautiful blend. And then I'm going to go back in with the very light pink, so we give him sort of pinky cheeks. And then I want to come in, we want to do his hat. So what I'm going to use for his hat is I'm going to bring in, the extends, the ice grey, which are a darker shade. So in the darker ones, so you get the extended ones, you'll go to the sort of in between the opposites, and these go up a bit higher, which is your IG6, IG8 and IG9. So it almost goes into like a black, but it's a great way of being able to do your hat. So the first thing I want to do is just create the lightest section, because I think my shade is coming onto the front. I'm using that lightest colour just around that piece. Okay, and I'm not really colouring anywhere else because my darkest part will go around there. And I'm actually just going to come in for this piece here and just put that there. And then we're going to go up to our mid colour and we're going to come in a little bit more just into that section. So I'm not covering it totally, and I'm also not going round to the whole image, Joe, as well. And this just helps when you're when you don't want your card to bleed too much and it comes around the edges. So it's a lot easier to actually not colour right to those edges and just touch each colour, because that will help with the blend. And then we're just going to come in under here and then under that brim, and then just where you think that darkest shade will fall. And then I'm going to go back in with the lightest colour just to blend those two together. Yep. And that side. I mean, colouring is very mindful, isn't it? It's something that so many people have took up. I'm very lightly flicking those edges so I don't go too far under, too far over, not under.
That's a great point. Is that a good tip then, to stay in the edges, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely.
Just be very light up to the edge.
Very light, yeah, very light touch. And don't go with all your pens to that outer edge. So just coming across the top here, just going to bring that in a little bit, just so we can see that darker colour really start to sort of blend. How's Christine doing? Is she colouring away?
She's beavering away from what I can see. Yes, I can just see her in the bottom of the screen. She says she's doing well.
I've never really asked Christine if she likes colouring.
She loves it. Double thumbs up there.
And then we're just going to, again, you can see a really light touch around those edges.
We've got lots of chocolate chatter going on in the comments, Debbie.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Kath says you guys have much better chocolates than we have in the States. That's good to know.
I have to agree.
Sorry?
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Only because whenever I've been to...
But is that just because it's the chocolate we're familiar with? Is that why?
Maybe it is, but whenever I've gone, I probably try and look for our chocolate and you don't find it. And then chocolate I have tried in the States, I've not particularly liked as much as ours. Oh, is that what it is?
So
Well,
Jane believes it's something
Jaylee's
to do with the
full of knowledge.
temperature. Yeah. Something to do with the temperature. There you are.
There you go.
Asher says, I love a chocolate orange as well as a Galaxy. We always fight over the core. Sylv says Galaxy is the best chocolate. She loves Galaxy, Ripple, Snickers, Yorkie and Mint Aero. Liam, what's your favourite chocolate bar? A Galaxy? Galaxy Caramel.
Galaxy
Great shout. Galaxy Caramel, I like to nibble the end off and then suck the caramel out.
Well, I have to say, Joe, I like doing that, but they have them in our vending machine here at the moment, so I've been having one nearly every time I'm up.
Oh,
but you can't do that because they're really cold when they come out, so you can't suck the caramel up.
No, you can't indeed. Not when it's chilly. I wonder what Christine Ashford wants to know what Christine Mahoney's favourite chocolate bar is.
Oh.
Shall we see? Shall I ask her? Shall we let's pop her up. Oh, here she comes. She's coming in. She's coming in. What's your favourite chocolate bar, Christine?
Hey.
Oh, here she comes. She's coming in.
So,
Favourite chocolate bar, Christine?
I mean, since I was a kid, I like this. Sorry, let me shut that. I like chunky bars.
Chunky bar.
Chunky.
They're like with peanuts in it and raisins and chocolate.
They sound a bit like our lion
Sounds a
bars.
bit like a picnic to me.
Oh, a picnic. That's
Yeah, delicious,
No
delicious.
ants,
Great,
though.
great choice there, Christine. There you are. I must admit, we do have picnics in the machine at the moment. They are a great chocolate bar.
See, I don't like raisins.
Also, a Kit Kat chunky peanut butter.
Oh no. I don't like anything with peanut butter in.
Sorry, Debbie?
I don't like anything with peanut butter in it.
No, you don't like our favourite, do you? Star Bar.
Oh.
Remember when you bought him one that time? We ate it.
And we ate it.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. You didn't mind it so much, did you?
No. I keep buying stuff from my other half and then eating it before I give it to them. Really
that's not
bad.
very
Went and
good.
got a piece of banana bread that I know he absolutely adores, and then came back and I said, I got you some of that lovely banana bread. He was so excited. I said, the problem is I ate it. So I think you're meant to just not say anything afterwards, but I didn't.
Right, Joe, I'm going to switch because we don't do this colour in the tri-blend colours, but it's a really good one. So you could use just your ice grey, which works really well, but I think this one's a really nice one. It's called a blue grey, so it's our BG R1, and it's a really light colour, but it's a great one, and I'll show you what I mean. When you put this colour on, it's a really beautiful sort of that icy blue colour, and just works really well. So once that starts to tone down, you'll see how nice the effect goes, because although snowmen are white, snow has a lot of shadows in them, and has this sort of almost sort of grey effect. So we'll just pop in a little bit around and just bringing that in, because I don't want a particularly white snowman. I want him to look like he has got that shade in and almost quite real. So I'm just using my marker to go round. I'm leaving some white space, but just having that effect in there.
Tonya's asking me how many pieces are in this collection. I'm going to tell you, Tonya, there are 12 pieces in this collection.
Yeah,
Kathy says that a lot of chocolate made in the US has got corn syrup in it rather than sugar,
Oh,
rather than cane sugar, and that
difference?
changes the taste and the consistency.
Right, and is that that would make sense with Jamie saying about the temperatures. It's so hot in America. And then I'm just going to add a little bit into these berries of the grey. And that's our snowman done. So once we've got our snowman done, we're going to go on to our stockings. So, and all I'm going to do in our stockings here, we're just going to give these just a one colour really, but just to add a little bit of depth and dimension. So that one was the orange. I want to bring in the coral blend. So I've got coral shades on this one. So I'm going to bring in the lightest colour, and we're just going to colour in the centre. Again, not going to the edges, just colouring in that centre part. And then we're going to come in with our mid colour. This is such a nice one, this coral one with the sort of orange, sort of almost burnt orange. And we're only going to use the two colours in this one. So just bringing it in. I'm leaving those end pieces of the sock. I don't know what they call them, the heel and the toe, I assume, is it, Joe? Of the sock. And then I'm going to bring back in that BG, so our blue grey, and we're just going to add a little bit around there and on the toe, just to give that dimension. And then we're going to come in with that lightest colour just to blend them two colours together.
Alison Hugel says, love that tip about colouring near the edges, Debbie. I'm having a mint choc chip ice cream cone as it's so hot here in sunny Lincolnshire.
Oh,
I think
that
we might
sounds
need
nice.
ice creams between the shows, you know, Debbie.
Well, I think you're still owed one, aren't you, Joe?
Sorry?
I think you're still owed one.
Let's not
aren't
get
you?
into that. Still, still very bitter about that, Debbie. And Brenda says, good morning, Joe and Debbie. I'm not working today because it's my birthday, so I get to watch Craft Along
happy
today. Well, happy
birthday.
birthday, Brenda. How are you celebrating? What are you getting up to, other than, of course, watching Craft Along? And Kathy says, when I lived in England, my favourite chocolate bar was a Crunchy. Can only find it now in import stores. They are very good.
When I was a kid, Joe, Crunchy was my favourite as well.
Okay.
But I think I just.
Are you
grew out
saying
of
that
it.
Jamie's palate has not refined, he's not very grown up? Is that what you're saying, Debbie?
Well, the thing is with a Crunchy, I think most people know I have particular ways of eating each chocolate bar I have. I
How
have a
do
way
you
of-
eat a crunch? How do
So-
you eat a cream egg? That's what I know.
Oh, a cream egg's easy. Well, first of all, you just use your tongue to get it out, and
Right.
then you use your finger.
Right, okay. And then you eat the
scoop it all
case
out.
afterwards.
Yeah, and then you eat the case afterwards.
Right, and what about
yeah.
crunchy?
So a crunchy, I've always, so it's got the thicker part of chocolate on the top, hasn't
Yeah.
it? So I've always sucked that,
Right.
and then I've sucked and sucked, so the honeycomb goes down in the middle. It's pretty disgusting because it's just all your spit, basically, that's shriveling it all up.
Debbie, this is vile.
And then suck all the chocolate and keep doing that all the time and you end up with the last bit and your fingers are covered in chocolate where it's melted, and then you've got, once you finish your crunchy, you can suck your fingers.
You
I
think
did tell you, I had
honestly,
really
you think
weird ways of
you
eating
think you know
chocolate.
someone. You've definitely
Well,
got.
so that's my point, Jamie. I can't really eat a crunchy in public, can I?
No, you can't.
No, you definitely can't. So let's bring in our blue turquoise, and we're going to do exactly the same. So choose your lightest colour. And again, we're going to take that lightest colour. I'm just making sure that is, yep, my lightest colour. Just going into that middle centre. And then we're going to just put these around here. How are we doing for time?
Yeah,
so
I think we're doing all
actually-
right. We've got about 55 minutes left. So I guess, do you want to get this colouring finished, Debbie, and then do a break?
Yeah, because all I've got is the stockings. So let's
Brilliant.
finish the stockings, and then we can do some fussy cutting, get our box finished, and then we've got time to make a couple of cards as well.
Brilliant.
So again, and I'm making it easy. I mean, if you wanted to use your 3-colour blend, you can, but actually, I think these stockings just lend themselves to just using that 2-dimension with the lightest and the mid colour. And then I'm going to go straight into another one.
Sylv says, I think generally UK chocolate has less sugar and more cocoa. I do love Reese's peanut butter everything though. Do you know what? Me too. Reese's peanut butter Krispy Kreme donut. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, see, that's not my
And also they did the
combination.
Nutella Krispy Kreme donut a while ago as
Yeah,
well.
I wouldn't mind a Nutella one, but not. And do you know what? I love peanut butter. It's not like I don't love peanut butter. I love peanut butter on crumpets, on toast, in a sandwich, but I just don't like it with like chocolate and mixed in with those sort of things. It's a bit like we was talking this morning, Joe, about I don't like cheese on eggs. Like I don't get people having a cheese omelette, and I don't get, I don't get scrambled eggs with cheese. And
I don't think scrambled eggs and cheese is a winner.
no, but I love cheese. I'm a massive cheese eater. In fact, near enough every night we have cheese and biscuits.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really naughty.
So naughty.
I know, it's terrible. And actually, you might all be able to help me solve an argument that me and Al have constantly.
Yeah.
And actually, it was what was going on in our group chat last night when I was asleep. And that was, is cheese and biscuits a dessert?
Yes.
No, it is not
Yes,
a
it is. It's a
dessert.
cheese- it is a
How
dessert.
is it a dessert?
Because it's something you have at the end of your meal.
No,
you wouldn't
but
have
it's
cheese
another
and dessert.
course.
No,
It's
you'd
another
have
course.
one or the other.
A dessert is sweet.
Yeah, but it's a dessert course.
That's not a dessert. It's not a dessert.
It is a
It's
dessert.
another course. It's exactly. What other
Doesn't-
dessert is savoury?
No, you have it at the end of your meal. You wouldn't have dessert and cheese. Therefore, it's a dessert. And
No,
it's always
not a
on the
dessert.
dessert menu. It's 100% a dessert.
Afters. It's an afters.
You can't invent a new category. That category doesn't exist.
But
That's
there
just
is
a
an afters.
colloquialism.
When we were little, it was you had afters. You had
No,
afters.
I'm not with you there. Well, let us know, just with
Well,
a yes
Laura's
or a no.
out, so Al
We'll do a
says
straw poll. Is cheese after a meal a dessert? Yes
Not a-
or no?
it's not
Let
a
me know in the
sweet.
comments, please.
It's not a sweet. A sweet is a dessert.
No, dessert doesn't mean sweet.
Yes, it does.
You can have savoury desserts.
Where's there a savoury? Tell me a savoury dessert then.
Cheese and biscuits.
That's not.
It
Tell
is
me
a savoury
another one.
dessert.
Where I could tell you loads of sweets and desserts.
It's
You
not how it
give
works.
me another savoury dessert.
Not how it works, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're just going to make
Computer
our
says
love
no.
you even more, Joe.
Computer says no.
No, unfortunately, I accept it's another course, And it's an afters, but it's not a dessert.
It is a dessert. Definitely is a dessert.
It's not a dessert.
Is a dessert.
It's not a dessert. How can it be a dessert?
Is a dessert, no returns.
No, is it? That doesn't work with me because it's not true.
Laura Jane thinks it's not a dessert.
Thank you, Lorna Jane.
So what is it then, an alternative to dessert?
No, it's an afters. It's another course. That's like saying an entree, or not an entree, that's a drink. No, an entree. It is. I was thinking of an aperitif.
An entree's a starter.
I was thinking of an aperitif then,
Right.
which is a drink. Yeah, an entree. Yeah, but I don't think it's a starter.
Why?
Because you have a starter after your entree. So there's two. You have an entree, which is a bite-sized piece, and then you have a starter.
No, entree is starter in the States.
Oh, in the States, maybe.
Entree is a starter.
Right, but it's only a bite-sized piece.
No, it's just what they call a starter.
Yeah, but that's not the same as our starters.
No, I think you mean an amuse-bouche.
Oh, perhaps that's what I mean then, a
Yeah.
mousse-bouche, yeah.
But that's a palate cleanser normally, it's not a course.
But it is a course if it's on the menu. Same as cheese and biscuits is, but they put it on the dessert because
so-
it comes for the afters.
Yes, it is a dessert, says Melissa. Diane says, sorry, Joe, totally agree with Debbie. Thea says, cheese is a dessert. Laughing Gravy says, cheese and biscuits is not a dessert. Rhonda says, add strawberries and then it is a dessert. If it is on apple pie, yes, dessert. That's the only way, says Natty. Entree is the main meal in the States. Appetizer is the starter. You have appetizer, entree, cheese.
Right, so you've just called it a starter, and that's my point. It's not.
It's not a starter. It's the main course
But
in the
you
States.
called it a starter.
All right.
So that's my point. A cheese and biscuits is
Cheese is a dessert.
course. It's not
Cheese is
sweet.
not a dessert unless it's cheesecake, according to Sandra.
Exactly, thank you.
Would you go to a restaurant and have a starter, a main course, dessert, and then cheese?
No.
Right, because you would have either a dessert or cheese.
No.
Therefore, cheese is a dessert.
Or, yes, it's another course.
But it's not another course if you're. It's not another course if you're having it. If you're substituting it, because you're not having it an additional course. You are having your. You are having cheese. You are having cheese instead of something sweet. Therefore, cheese is a dessert.
Course.
Can we just take Debbie's mic out, please? Can we take Debbie's mic?
It is
So-
the biggest argument in my family, honestly, because yeah, we're all divided a bit with it. But I definitely don't think, and no one will ever change my mind. So my brother-in-law still sends me every time he goes to a restaurant. He'll take a picture of the menu with cheese and biscuits in the dessert. But I always say, but where else can it go? It's an afters. It has to go after
No,
dinner.
it's a
so
dessert,
it goes in
Debbie.
there. It's not a dessert.
It is because
It's
you wouldn't
not.
have
No,
dessert
it's not.
and cheese and biscuits. You would have cheese and
It's not.
biscuits instead of a sweet
It's
pudding.
not. Nothing can change my mind, Joe. It's not a dessert. A dessert is sweet. Even the definition in the dictionary, I believe, is a sweet.
I'm texting Al to ask him if you're always this argumentative.
Right, we're going to stop here, Joe. We're going to fussy cut these out. So if you want to start your fussy cutting, by all means do. Just leave a little white rim all the way round. I'll get fussy cutting with some of mine while Joe is
Yes.
recapping.
Excellent. Right. Let's give you a little chance then to get yourself caught up and grab along. Angela says, here's a contentious one for you, Joe. Jam on cheese or cheese with fruitcake? No to both of those. No, sorry. She says, by the way, the answer is yes. Sharon says, according to Wikipedia, dessert is a course that concludes a meal. The course consists of sweet foods, such as confections, possibly a beverage, such as dessert, wine and liqueur, or cheese.
Yeah, but it's still not a dessert.
It is, it says it on Wikipedia.
I don't care what Wikipedia says.
I've actually fibbed there. It doesn't say it or
Yeah, it
cheese. I've
doesn't
just
say-
added that in.
It doesn't say that. I think I've looked it up before. It doesn't.
Cheese is dessert for healthy people, Joe, says Shannon. When should I... Shadia says, when
Well,
to
I
eat
don't think
cheese?
it is.
When to eat cheese? Cheese is such an important part of the meal. It gets its own course. It's served after the main course, before the dessert, and is often eaten in place of a dessert. Exactly. If you're having it instead of dessert, it's a dessert.
No, you
It
can't
has
just
to be.
change the name of it because you're not having a dessert. I don't have a starter, so I don't call my main course a starter because I'm not having a starter.
Agree to disagree, guys, is what Rosalind says. Yes, we're just going to have to agree that Debbie's wrong, and that's all right. Anyway, here's a break. Here's all details of Club Inspire. Sorry, Debbie.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
I'm having a bit of a packaging nightmare here. You will just have to bear with. We've got some lovely. Honestly, she's incessant. She won't stop in the break. She's like, it's definitely not a dessert. It's definitely not a dessert. Joe, Ashley said, Joe found this for you. In France, the food follows the wine. What this means is that wines are paired with certain foods to elevate the flavours of both. Most main courses will be... Oh, I just cut myself. Most main courses will be served with red wine, and cheese is then served with the leftover wine. It's all washed down with the dessert course paired with sweet wine. I don't know, that doesn't really help though, does it? Oh no, I think you're cheese is a course, framing that. I don't know.
A dessert.
But therefore, Joe, Debbie, add wine and cheese can be anything it wants to be. Suzanne Dawn says, can I just say I agree with Debbie, end of. Sorry?
Except a dessert.
Oh, gosh, now going to the end of this. Right, let's move on. Let's share these with you because these are glorious. They are the beautiful mirrored card pads that we've got. They are metallic and they are just absolutely stunning. This one is metallic here, so you can see it's mirror, but it's kind of embossed as well. It's really beautiful. It's just a combination of mirror and matte mirror in these wonderful designs that you can see here. I must say it looks gorgeous on camera, but it looks even better in person. They are really stunning and they are really heavy duty as well. 250 GSM these, so they are definitely a card weight, not a paper weight. So that one there is your everyday metallics, and you will get the everyday coloured in here too. Still haven't got that piece of pack. Oh, just bear with me, sorry, 1 second. Just talk amongst yourself. There we go. When I first started, Debbie, do you remember I used to spend most of my days taking these stickers off the outside of the pads. There we are. The reason these stickers are on there is to stop them opening up when they're in transit. It keeps them all nice and pristine. But here we go. Here's the everyday colours that you have here too. Just absolutely. It's really difficult for you to see the colours on screen in the coloured ones. I'm not too sure why, but you do. Can you see? There you go. You get a bit of a better idea there of what that colour is like. There you go, you can see that gorgeous pinks in there. But loads and loads of different designs all the way through here, and lots of different colours. They are glorious, and you've got £20 or $20 off for these today, which is brilliant. £40, $47.20 if you are a platinum member. Jeanette is saying absolutely love the Snowman collection. Yeah, it's absolutely glorious, Jeanette, isn't it? Right, I think, Debbie, if you're ready, I've got no questions in the comments whatsoever, so I'm presuming from that everyone is following along no problem whatsoever.
I've just cut out my stockings, so just fussy cut them all out, and now I'm just starting my snowman. So that's all you want to do is, and all I'm doing is leaving a really small white gap. If you want to leave a bigger one because you find it easier, absolutely do that. If you are using the other snowman in the collection, then you've got the die to cut it out, that makes it a lot easier, and it really is just fussy cutting. You don't have to be too worried about going over the edge, cutting near the edge. Maybe your white space is further than you wanted it to be. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It really is just about having a bit of fun, fussy cutting around those edges. I'm certainly, I'm really trying hard to focus because I don't have my glasses on, but Craig is an absolute expert fussy cutter, and he would do this with his small snips and it'd be done in seconds.
He's a very fussy cutter, isn't he?
He's absolutely, he loves it. Unfortunately, I'm not a big lover of fussy cutting. Give me a die any day of the week. But actually, when you've coloured something in, cutting it out, again, is quite a mindful thing. And just getting those unusual shapes and taking into account all those little points. And then you just get, so you can see our little snowman all cut out there, ready to go onto our card. So I'm going to bring our box back in. So your box should be all ready and all done. I'm going to use 3 different ones of my stockings, and we're going to just pop those ones to the side. And we're going to use these ones to decorate the inside and our snowman on the outside. So I also want to bring in our dies. So I'm going to use our Merry and Bright. And I'm just going to bring that in. You can use whichever one you want there. You've got Season's Greetings, Merry and Bright, Snow Much Fun, and Merry Christmas. So we're going to use these to die cut out. So I'm just going to bring in a bit of our white card that we had chopped up from earlier. And we're just going to run that through our Gemini machine.
Laurel asked a question about the tri-blends, which is a really great one. I have no idea. How long will they last if they are unopened, if they're sealed?
They'll last
indefinitely, you'd imagine, wouldn't you?
Indefinitely, absolutely, yeah. If they're sealed, the only thing I would say that would dry them out, and that is if you had them maybe like in a cupboard where your radiator was nearby, or you had them over a radiator, or somewhere where your boiler was, or direct heat, all those sort of things. So what I would say is keep them in a cool, dry cupboard. And absolutely and definitely, yeah.
Brilliant.
Do you know what shocks me? And this is genuinely what shocks me about our tri-blend pens is most of these that we've got in the studio and my ones that I have at home that I use, I've only ever run out twice in a pen. So the ink in here lasts a long, long time, which is quite amazing. So if you're thinking like how long they will last you, even when you're using them, honestly, you're going to be colouring for a long, long time. So just taking these pieces out. Let's pop that back. There it is. So just so we don't lose that. So we will pop that back into place, just like so. And then I'm just going to use my pokey tool to pop those little pieces out.
Brilliant.
That gives us our bright. So we can pop that onto there. And then we've got our Merry, so just a couple of little pieces in there. So Merry, and then we've got our little and. Is that our ampersand? Is that what they call that? Merry and Bright. So you can position that wherever you want it, and then our snowman is going to go on the front there. So what I am going to do is we're going to bring in some foam pads, and we're just going to pop our snowman onto some foam pads. Just going to put a little bit of shape into him. Pop that at the top, and the middle, and just at the bottom there. And then he's going to stand right on that side bit. So we've got him right next to our Christmas tree. And then these pieces, I'm just going to bring in that scrap piece of card again. And we're going to just use very lightly our dotty tape pen. Let's bring that in. And we're just going to go down the sides, being very gentle. The other thing to do is to use your precision glue bottle and just apply those dots. But if you're very careful, you can just get those dots adhered to our actual die cut. So clever. I know we've still got some dotty tape pens in stock, so if you did need to restock up, make sure you add them to your order. And then we've just got our little ampersand there, popping on there. So we've got, oh, I want our Mary first. So I'm going to pop that, let's bring that down. I'm going to pop that to the top there. Just making sure that is straight. And then bright, let's just bring that underneath. And then I think we're just going to pop this one right in that centre piece. Oh, moved it. In fact, let's bring that a little bit down. There we go. So just use your fingers to rub those in so all those dots adhere. And that gives us our front cover. How cute
Brilliant.
does that look? And if I just shows you the difference, Joe. So bringing them in. Oh, I forgot my twine to put round, but never mind, doesn't matter. It just shows you how different they both look, just having different papers.
Just the
in
different
the
papers, yeah, really cute.
Right, so the inside here, what we're going to do now is we're going to use, so I'm going to bring in some twine. So let me just snip away my little holder there. In fact, I'll put an elastic band on. So let me just take that off there. And we're going to have some twine, because what I want to do is I want to create some hanging stockings on the side here. So I'm just going to use my card as a measurement. Bring that in there, and then we're going to put these into place. So again, we're going to. What I am going to do is put a little foam pad on each of the feet. So I'm just going to chop these about. So let's have 3 there. So just to put on the ends, or sort of midway up, and onto that one, and onto that one. So that will stick them. And then I want to put this into place. So what I do want to do is I am going to just take a little tiny piece, so which will just go on each end. And we're just going to take those tiny little strips and put them underneath on each side. So I'm just going to pop that one there. I mean, you can glue these down if you don't want to 3D them up. But because we have the sort of gap on this side, you're absolutely able to do that. So we can pop that on the side there, push that down, and then we can do the same on the opposite side. I've done that one a little bit too thick, so I'm going to cut another one. And just a really thin piece there to put on the other side. Now, if you have trouble getting these tiny pieces off, then just use your tweezers. So pop that side, and then that way we can just adjust these. Now, you don't really have to glue them on, and we can just pop these. I'm just going to put them up the side, and then just have that so they're hanging off that side section. And then our last one just onto there. There we go. So that just gives us our pieces there. I've also just got some little gems, so if you do want to just place some gems on the ribbon, I'm just going to cut these into sections. These are like strips of gems, and that just gives a little bit of bling. We're going to pop those onto the handle. So it looks like we've got a little pin holding up our stockings. And then our last one, Just giving that a little bit of a difference. Just like so. And then what we want to do is just create a sentiment for the inside as well. So I'm going to pop that to the side. I'm going to bring in this one, just keeping it in the same stamp set, but you can obviously use whichever stamps that you've got in there. You've got beautiful stamp sets that are in here, so this one is great. In fact, let's switch out to one that is in this collection so you can see that they all work together. So we've got festive greetings on this one, so let me just grab that out of the pack and then we can stamp that one out.
Don't forget, in about half an hour's time, I'm going to be back with Keith and all things Paper DIenamics. Lots of those items, over half gone. Are those butterflies? I think the butterflies are, they're gone, have they? They've sold out and gone already, first sell out. So, yeah, I think a lot of that stuff going the same way too. So, please do be quick if you want to get your hands on any of the Paper DIenamics items. I mean, we're meant to be featuring them in Creative Cravings, but who knows the way things are going at the moment.
Who knows? Right, so I'm just going to use the back of one of my papers to actually stamp that out on. So I'm just going to trim that. Just take that one off. I only need a small piece that we can stamp onto, and then we can trim that out. But also what I want to use is bring in a scrap piece of your blue card that you use for your little pocket, and we're going to use the same as this. So just what I want to do is I want to stamp this first, and then I'm going to measure that around, or cut it round. Whatever we cut it to, it means then we can use oh, there's a stock in there. We can size it to our blue cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that on there, making sure we've got that in a straight line, just like so. I'm just going to bring in our alcohol proof. Doesn't matter, you can use any of your ink pads just to stamp with. So I'm just going to turn it round the opposite way and then stamp directly onto there. So that gives us our festive greetings. Lovely stamp sets in this, Joe. Really nice ones that you're going to be able to use for lots of your crafting. So I'm going to just trim that across and keep that straight there. And it's just a case of trimming it to the size that you want it. So I'm just going to trim down. So let's do that to start with. I've got mine at 3 1/4 inches. By 1 3/4, and then all I'm going to do, so that's not too bad at all. I'm just going to make sure when we bring this in, that's going to fit beautifully on the inside there. So what we're going to do, so that one was, did I say 1? So we want to do that 1 1/2. No, sorry, we don't want to do 1 1/2, we want to do it bigger, don't we? We want to do it 2 inches, nearly. And then we want to do that by 3 1/2. So 1 1/2 by 3 1/2. And that should fit perfectly into there. So that gives us our mat and layering. So let's bring that in. And we will just pop that onto here, and then we will pop that on the inside. I mean, this is a nice little gift for someone as well. This is great for the kids to make in the holidays. They can get all their little cards ready to give to their kids at school, their friends at school, and their teachers. So we're just going to pop that into there. So there's our little booklet all made. So we've got the front of that, we've got our little pocket on the inside, we've got it decorated beautifully. And you're going to be able to use this, Joe, time and time again every year and pop all your little notelets in there or your little Christmas cards. Right, now we've still got just under half an hour left. So it means we can get on to making just a few little cards for the inside. Now, this morning I made one of the Builder Snowmen, but it takes a little bit of time to put it together. So go back and watch that, and then you can make a card based on that, and I will show you the finished card of that and how easy it is to put that together. But we won't have time to build up that full snowman. So what I do want to do, I want to bring in just some really simple cards for you to do with not having to use too much. So if I bring in these two little cards, they're just really nice, great little ones. This one's based on the same as we've done this one, so just being able to do that, which is why we've got our 3 to do. So let's pop this one together really quickly, and I will show you exactly what you need just to create that really quick card. So let me take these pieces here, and we'll just bring in our card blank. So I've got myself a 4x6 card blank. Really easy. All you need, I've brought in some black cardstock. If you wanted to, you could tie it in with the navy cardstock or in that card pack. And all I'm going to do, because this is 4 inches by 6 inches, we're going to trim it down to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So let's trim that one down. So just down, so we've got a 4-inch card, so we want 3 3/4, and then we're going to trim that. We've got 6 inches, so taking a quarter off that is 5 3/4. And it just makes a really quick, simple card. So we're just going to mat and layer that up. And then and Joe, do you know what? I mean, with any cards like this, especially if you've got a pack of just 4x6 cards, because that is the size that this box will take, you can really go to town on the sort of cards you make. You might have some embossing folders that you can just use, which are going to look beautiful. Just put a nice sentiment on, use a snowman. All those things just help with putting things together.
Yeah,
so,
and they're a nice size card as well. Lots of you probably got that size card blank, you know, loads of those hanging around in your crafty stash.
Absolutely. And we're going to do exactly the same with this one. So I'm just going to cut my one of my foam pads in just to 3 small ones to pop them onto the back. So nice and simple. And these are the sorts of things that you could be doing. You could be stamping them out in the daytime, sitting watching telly or listening to music on your lap, and just do some colouring in, which is going to be, you know, really mindful and something that you can just do and doesn't take up a lot of time either. And then we've got our stamp sets here. So let's do a little stamp. I'm going to find my other stamp sets. I had them right in front of me, Joe. Do you think I can find them now? Well, that's. There they are. Oh no, it's not. That's not the one. I was looking for there's a stamp set, isn't there? Like with lots of words on them. And I can't seem to. Maybe I haven't got that one here. So we might have to just use a different one.
Anne says, this is such a fun gift for someone. Could use it to gift someone a package of all occasion cards. That would be a really sweet idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michelle Next View says, you know what would be cool? Put a fireplace under the stocking and sentiment on the fireplace or under it. Love that idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Susie loves the gems as well on the stocking. Says it looks like they're holding them up, which is cute.
Yep.
4 Holidays is saying hi from Florida. Shannon says a twine would be cute as something down the outside the sort of spine to make it look like a book if you wanted to as well.
Oh, great
All great ideas.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, isn't it? You can add all what you want onto it and it will just look amazing. So let's take this one away. I've not been very good putting my stamps back on, Joe, so I'm going to need to find a place for them all afterwards. So let's stamp this one up. And again, I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of card that we can stamp directly onto. And so let's try and get that quite straight. So it's just a case of building up all your sentiments, stamping them down, trimming them out. I'm not going to give you measurements for these ones, Joe, just purely for the fact that people might be using different sentiments. So whatever sentiments you have, just trim them to the size of that sentiment. And then you can just mat and lay them up onto your black cardstock if you want, or coloured cardstock. Because we've got a black background, I'm not going to actually colour mine up or put them onto anything. All we're going to do is put some foam pads underneath. but it does show you if you want to do just some really quick cards to have ready for Christmas. These are the sort of cards that if you forget, I know I shouldn't say it, Joe, but if you forget to send someone a card and they come round, we've always got that neighbour from down the road, haven't we, that comes round with
the
a
annoying
Christmas card, and you're like, oh, I haven't wrote them one out. And this is the sort of thing you can then go to and get yourself a Christmas card out of your
We
stash.
have a 60, I think there's 67 apartments in my block, Debbie, so it's quite a small block,
Wow.
really. You know, most of them around my way have sort of got hundreds of apartments in everyone, but yeah, 67 apartments. Some of my neighbours do a Christmas card to every single apartment.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's really cute, isn't
That's
it?
very nice. Did you send them one back?
No.
No.
Well, it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't even say what apartment they're in, it's just like, you know, Susie and Bob.
Oh, okay.
Lots of love from your neighbours Susie and Bob, but I'm thinking, I haven't
Right.
got a clue. A, I don't know who Susie and Bob are, and I certainly don't know what flat they live in.
So Susie and Bob.
Oh, Al is saying hello. He says, hope you and Debbie are both okay. Well, we were okay, Al, until Debbie got onto the idea that she thinks cheese is not a dessert. And she will not have it. Honestly, it went on for a good half an hour. You deserve a medal, Al. You really do. It's lovely to hear from you.
He'd be gutted he missed that.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. She can be quite stubborn, Al, can't she?
Yes, when I know I'm right.
There you go. I rest my case, Al.
Oh, isn't it terrible that you get these things that, yeah, we've had that ongoing for such a long time.
And does he think it's a dessert?
Yes.
Thank you, because it is a dessert, Al, isn't it?
Yeah, Al definitely thinks it's a dessert, yeah, because that's what he would choose to have for his dessert. But
When was the last time you had a dessert and a cheese course, Debbie? That's what I asked you.
well, I've had a dessert when we're out and then come home and had a cheese.
Not really the same, but...
And we've also shared a cheese board and a dessert.
Yeah, so you shared your desserts, essentially.
Well, no, because we've just had 2 extra courses.
So you just had
haven't
2
we?
desserts and shared them. We're going to have to move on. Oh, sorry, Debbie, we're going to have to move on. Jamie's saying we need to wind it up there, sorry.
Right, I've lost my little gems. Lost my gems. Oh, there they are. So it's just pop some gems on there. And then, do we want to take a break? Have we got time to do another little one afterwards?
I think so. We've got
Yeah.
20 minutes left in the show. So should we have a little break there then,
Yeah,
Debbie?
let's have a J. All I'm doing is putting my little gems on the stockings, and then we'll just do another little basic card where we're just using some twine and the paper pad. So, yep, there we go. Not long
Brilliant.
at all.
Shall we see how, should we drop in on Christine, see how Christine
Yeah,
is getting on
absolutely.
over in upstate New York? I think that would be a good idea. Christine, how's it going?
Hey.
There
How
she
you doing?
is. How are you finding it?
Good. I got most of it done except the last part that she was doing.
Oh, look at that.
Really cool.
Oh, it's lovely. That
Yeah,
is
beautiful,
very
Christine.
cute.
Absolutely beautiful. Are you working on your cards to go inside now?
I mean, yes, I guess that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. Right, I'm not going to tear you away from it for too long. I'll drop in on you again
I
pretty
was like, I
soon.
thought you guys forgot about me.
No, how could we forget about
It's
you?
just
You're
a lot of
our
stuff to-
shining star in upstate New York. Absolutely never. Just on the last note, you might want to take Debbie's mic down for a second here. Alistair says it is a dessert, Joe, because it appears on a dessert menu.
That means nothing.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't always.
So what?
doesn't
It's like saying
always.
then you'd have sticky toffee pudding in with the starters menu, and then say, well, it's not a starter, it's a dessert. It just happened to be on the starter menu. Exactly. I rest my case. Is cheese a cheese course? Is it a dessert?
It's savoury.
It's on the
isn't it?
dessert menu, isn't it? You would have it instead of a dessert. Therefore,
It's not a
cheese and
dessert.
biscuits is a dessert,
It's
isn't
not
it?
a- it's
Yeah,
a-
it's a dessert. Thank you very much.
Would you agree, Keith, that cheese
Oh, sorry, we've got
not
to take a break
sweet?
there. So we could just take Debbie's mic down. Come on.
A dessert is a sweet.
No, but that's not the question. The question is it a dessert?
No, but that
yes,
is
it
the
is a
question.
dessert.
You're nitpicking.
See how I rest my case.
For many a lodge meeting, I can tell you that you would have a starter, you would
Yeah.
have a main course, you would have a dessert,
and then you would finish it with a cheese board.
There you
which
go.
is a dessert.
Which is not a dessert.
Which is after the dessert.
After the dessert.
Well, I think Keith needs to make his mind up. Anyway,
you jumped on him, and you was very unfair with your questioning, Joe.
I think we need to, let's have a look at the tripod. I feel like we need to diffuse the situation. We'll start with the let's start with the essentials first, because if you're only going to go for one set, these are definitely the ones that you would go for first. These are sort of a great starting point. Remember the tri-blends you've been seeing Debbie use are those 3 pens in one, which is excellent. So that's the essentials there, and then if you want to, you can also go for the deep blends, and the deep blends are 6 extensions of 6 of the original colours, and then 6 new colours within there for you too. Both of them $71.99 or $107.95. Lorna says, "Oh Joe, just leave it now." I can't, honestly. Every time I see Debbie now, I'm going to be talking about the fact that cheese is a dessert, which is what Keith said firstly, before you started manipulating his narrative, Debbie.
That was all it was. He knew.
Kirsty D says, "My mum does dessert, then a cheese board, and coffee and chocolates at Christmas."
That's right, exactly. Well done.
I'm not finished with the comment yet, Debbie. Christmas Day, when we are sat watching TV or playing games, but we don't have it at desserts. You know, dessert backwards is stressed. You're proving it, says Astrid. I just feel for the person I feel for this in all of this is poor Al. Let's move on. Let's have a. I'm looking at the wrong paper pads. Do forgive me. Oh no, we're going to show you these ones. Right, let's have a little look at these metallic pads. So you can see here, really beautiful foiled cardstock in the silver and of course in the gold as well. You get 2 sets here, so 64 sheets in total, £50 or $59, and then you've also got the colours in there as well. It's a little difficult for you to see the colours in the cameras here, but absolutely gorgeous colours and really beautiful design. So you got those, and then the other one we have is these ones here. So a 4-pack for you, and you'll get 2 12x12s and 2 6x6s. So you can get the butterflies in here, which are absolutely beautiful, really lovely muted tones on there, and uncoated paper. So you can stamp over that if you wish, or you can colour it. It's completely up to you. Then we have this one here, which is your Country Lane. Really lovely, timeless florals. As well. Then we've also got the 6x6 in the Country Lane just there as well. Al just offending most of the viewers in the comments. Absolutely fine, Al.
He's just offending most of the comments. Al, be careful.
It's been put in my group so I can read it out. This one here is your Enchanted Dreams as well there. So Al says, "I understand some people feel cheese isn't a dessert. I think it's probably linked to their upbringing." He didn't say that. He's put something a lot more savage than that, which you will have read if you're in the comments. I'm just giving you the watered down. May have used the words dragged up from what I can see here.
I apologise for him. He's terrible.
He is terrible. That's why he's so brilliant. Right, I think, Debbie, if you are okay, everyone's ready to head back over for the last bit.
Let's get the last one done. So I've got some scrap paper out of it, so I was using some of my papers in there. I love this one. Now, what I really like about it is that you've got sections that you can use these papers on, which are so beautiful. But also, you've got toppers in here. So if I bring in, let me have a look. I thought I had another scrap, but I'm going to bring in this one here. In the front one, yes, this one. I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to trim out this one because it's got our little topper in here. So you can actually just use this as your Christmas card. So we're going to trim this topper, and again, we're doing our 4x6 card. What I do want to do is we're going to bring in some craft cards. It's a nice one just to add a little bit of depth and dimension. So your craft card, again, because we've got a 4-inch card, we want to take it to 3 3/4, and then it's 6 inches, so we want to take it to 5 3/4. And then this little topper, I'm going to cut the topper out here, so just trim that down and take that one away. And then we're going to trim this one down even further. So just take that one down. We're going to, and I'm sorry I'm speeding along, but I know we haven't got too much time on this, but I'm going to pop this into place, and we then need to bring this down even further. So we've gone for 5 3/4, so we're going to go 5 1/2 this time. So let's go to that one, and we're going to do our 5 1/2. And then we're going to go to our other side. So we did, that was 4 inches. We're going to go to 3 1/2 inches, okay? So 3 1/2 inches, and then that will mat and layer beautifully onto the front there. So pop that to the side. And again, I've just got some twine, and we're going to sort of tie all this together. So let me bring in my tape pen, pop that on. And we're just going to attach that to our craft card. So just on there like so. And then we're going to use our twine, just go round a couple of times. So just around that bottom. I mean, you can go round as many times as you want, but I'm just going to tie that together, tuck that underneath, just give that a little tie. Now you can leave it as a sort of tie, so if you just trim the sides, you can leave that little knot, or you can actually leave the actual knot itself. So I've got one that's already knotted, and then I'm going to leave that one like so. And then again, let's do another little sentiment. So let's bring in, this time that we'll do that merry and bright again. And we'll just bring that in. You could use your die cuts if you wanted to, so that's a nice way of using those word die cuts. Or let's just do a quick stamping using that merry and bright.
What size are these cards?
The cards are all 4 by 6.
Excellent.
So the actual project itself that we've made will fit all 4 by 6 cards in. So I'm going to just pop that into place.
Now you could make some really funky versions of these with the cards that we've got coming up with Paper DIenamics in about 10 minutes time, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You are going to need to be quick. A lot of that stuff is going really, really fast. I mean, I'm unsure at the moment whether Keith will be here in the later show at this rate, if it keeps selling the way it is.
I'm going to get some myself of Keith's bundles.
Are you? Yeah,
and I'm going to do a little project for you with it on social media. So you'll be able to see all the sorts of things that I get up to, especially when we have our third party projects on. So just going to grab myself, and again, I'm not giving you the measurements for this because you could be using a different sentiment. So I'm just literally doing it by eye. So we're just making sure that we've got that to fit round in the background. And then we're going to pop that one into place. So again, let's use some of our tape pen. It's not tape pen, sorry Joe, it's our foam tape. So pop that onto there. So we're just tying our background in with our background craft card. And then this is what makes me laugh. Look on my watch, it's time to stand. I know. I've been stood for I don't know how long, and it tells me to stand up. I mean, what's that all about?
I think it's because you're not moving, maybe, Debbie.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
I guess when normally you stand up, you move around, don't you? Val doesn't care what we call it. She says, Joe, I'm allergic to dairy. I can rarely get dessert or cheese in a restaurant.
I've lost my little card blank.
She couldn't give a hoot what we call it.
There it is. There it is. So just grabbing our little card blank, again 4 by 6 for anyone that didn't get the measurements, and then we're just going to stick that one into place. So I know I've gone super quick with these ones, but now you've got the actual box to pop them into. It's really nice that you can just get an idea of putting all these little
Well, it
card
shows
blanks.
you just some really nice to see some really nice simple cards using your papers as well. It shows you when you've got brilliant papers how quickly you can pull together awesome projects.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we're just going to pop that up the top there. And there we go. So we've got our few little ones. So I've got my finished ones here, just slight variations, slight different with the sentiments. And then we're just going to pop those into our little box that we've done. and that's going to fit in there. You can pop your envelopes in there as well, all ready for your for when you want to send them at Christmas. And there we go.
Amazing, absolutely awesome, really, really cool. They are gorgeous. It's a really, really lovely collection, isn't it, Debbie? And what a lovely craft along. Debbie, you're going to be back with us, aren't you, in a few hours' time, a couple of hours' time even, 6 o'clock. We've got Creative Cravings together. What are you looking forward to in that show?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great Sharon Callis, so you're going to see those. I'm going to show you how those numbers work as well, how we can make cards
cool,
out
aren't
of
they?
them.
I haven't seen those for ages, those numbers.
Yeah, they haven't. I think it's because of the clear out of the warehouses when they come across. I think they've found them in the back of the warehouse. So we put those savings onto you, which is amazing. And just that quick one, Joe, I built that snowman. So the Build a Snowman we've done in Wake Up Call. And all I've done is stamped Noel on there, put the lamppost, matte and layered onto black cards. So it's just another one that can go inside our little box, which is super, super handy.
Yeah, it really is cool. Absolutely gorgeous, that. Let's cross over to Christine Mahoney, see how she's getting on over in upstate New York. Christine, how are you getting on over there?
Hey, I'm good. I didn't get all the note cards done, obviously, but I got a lot of it started.
Amazing.
So.
Loving that.
And yeah, that's really a cute project. I love it. There's so much you can do with this.
Yeah, loads you can do.
So much.
And you'll be able to bring some of those other paper pads into this concept as well, maybe, Christine.
Yes, and I can't wait to get all my other ones that are on their way.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, Christine. It was such a pleasure to get to speak to you, and I'm sure it won't be too long before we get to see your happy face again.
Thank you very much for having me on again. I love you guys.
Take care, Christine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Always a pleasure to see Christine on the shows. It really, really is. Natty says it's very awesome, Debbie. Michelle, and it's for you, says looks great. Mary Rhino says, love it, Debbie. Your demos are always wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
She hasn't seen the wax seal thing, don't worry. I think we need to vote for I think we need to have a countdown of top 10 Crafters TV moments after the year. You know what they do on It'll Be Alright on the Night? We need to do one of those. Maybe we could just do a whole show of just going through the best moments.
I might be the top 10, Joe.
You'll be the top 1, Debbie, not the top 10.
No, but I meant I might be in all of them. I'm the one that does the most mistakes.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe you will. But that's all right.
No, Craig has and Debbie has. They've done bloopers.
Yeah,
before,
Craig
so.
putting his...
his elephants.
His elephants, squishy elephant. Debbie is what she says most of the time, isn't it? It's the thing she comes out with. She'll be
I think the Sharon Callis's basket one was the funniest
Oh, I
one.
don't know that one. What'd she
Yeah,
say?
it's that template. We had quite a rude looking template.
Oh, the template, the flowers template. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of funny ones over the time. Let me just quickly run you back through then what you're getting in the Snowman collection. If you want to go for this and you want to create this craft song, you don't yet have the collection. I've got it all here for you, ready to go. So some really beautiful items in here. So you've got a winter scene, which is your cut and emboss folder. You have got your, that one is your falling snow. Then you've got your vintage Wonderland. There's some really nice layering dies in here. That's the Jolly Snowman. He's so jolly, isn't he? This one here is your seasonal sentiments. Then you've also got Dashing Through the Snow. This one here is your Oh Christmas Tree. And then you've got Christmas is in Your Heart, Merry and Bright. And you've also got Winter Blessings there as well. $87.66 or $111.30 is your price. On those, you will, of course, get the 12 by 12 and the luxury cardstock included in there as well. Right then, we are going to take a quick break and we are going to be joined on the other side of this by Mr. Keith himself. Here's all the details of US shipping.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
Is back, the international man of the moment, Keith Smith, is back in the building.
The international man of the moment.
How are you?
Oh, I like that one, Joe. I do. I'm good. I've been fed. I've been watered.
Oh, delicious.
You know, the team here are looking after me, which is fabulous.
Which is what we always like to hear, Keith. Also, the customers here are buying in their droves. I need to tell you about a sellout already. The butterflies and flowers, the holographic ones,
They've flown away.
Sold out and gone, Keith. They have gone. Even just from that little mention that we did in the last show.
We'll try and bring them back for another show on another day, so not to worry. As you well know, we manufacture this stuff in our own factory down there in Halifax in West Yorkshire. That's not in Nova Scotia, that's down in West Yorkshire, right in the middle of the United Kingdom. Not far from your neck of the woods, really.
Not far at all.
Hop and skip over the mountains to Manchester.
Yes, it's all uphill to you, though, from me.
It is, yes,
yeah,
and it's all downhill from me. We look down on you, Joseph.
You too.
That's another story.
In every way, indeed. What I would say to you is, this is the first opportunity you've had to get your hands on a lot of this stuff. I know the wake-up call was very, very busy, but a lot of you, I think you were probably asleep, to be fair, this morning. It was 6 o'clock in the morning over on the East Coast.
How rude.
And a lot of stuff is already going very, very quickly. So if you want it, you do need to be quick. So,
here it is. Come and get it.
Yeah, that. Head on over to the website, hit the shop the show button, have a little look at absolutely everything that is in the show. Right, we're going to kick off with the handbags, as we did earlier. Very busy
yes,
on this. Now, let me just check how we're doing on the stock of these. So, a fifth has gone from our earlier show, just on the preview alone.
Well, let's show the viewers exactly, Joe, what they're going to get, because people are saying, what's a handbag? Well, I know what a handbag is,
That's
you know what a
right.
handbag is, but to the viewers, this is what a handbag is. Can you tell what it is yet? Look, you're going to be able to make 20 handbags from this collection. The people haven't a clue what we're talking about. Shall we show them
Let's
exactly
show them.
what that is?
Show us the handbag.
Show
which
us
is
your
brilliant.
handbags. Show
You're
us your
looking at
handbags. Show us your handbags.
A pound of handbags.
These are the handbags. Look, this is amazing. If you like them, here it is. This is a shop the shop. Look at these bad girls. They really are. They are beautiful. Look, you've got them in a holographic finish. They're dimensional crafting, all about being able to make things that are three-dimensional. You can decorate the back, you can decorate the front, and of course, they come in so many different ways. If you want to exercise, add the ribbons, you can do it with ribbons, but all of the accessories to be able to make these beautiful bags are all included in the pack. So only thing to add is maybe some bling and some, gemstones if you want to be able to do so, but you can do whatever you like with them. So for instance, on this one, Joe, we've just added a little bit of green ribbon on the end, and we've made this in a slightly different way because obviously you can see it's not quite rectangular shaped, it's actually a little bit more rectangular shaped, square shaped,
Yeah, I know what you
rectangular
mean.
shape, you know what I mean? But look, so you can make them into this kind of a look if you want to do so. If you want to make it a little bit more masculine, or for the younger people, you can add it as a little rucksack there. So just by playing around with the elements that are included in with the set. It is a really fun, good collection. You get the keys, you get the padlocks, you get the bows, everything in there, the handles. If you wanted to put two together, Joe, you can put two together and make it obviously don't they go together? Really, really cool. And that means then that if you wanted to make this into a really super duper gift, you can add things like that. Look, it's perfect just to take your bottle of perfume. There you go. So you can put perfume in them, you can put little set, all sorts in there. It's perfect for gifts, it's for jewellery, it's for whatever you want it to be, Joe. But you can make 20 of these in the set itself. And what that means, Joe, is that you get 10 different styles. Let me just move this to the back here so that I can show the viewers all of the 10 different styles. 10 colours, 2 of each. So, for instance, you're going to get the satin gold with the lovely.
Just to let you know,
golden.
Keith, a third have gone of these now. A third
wow,
gone.
wow.
Very, very busy start to the second half of Paper DIenamics.
We've got the holographic finish in there as well. We've got the bubbles hologram included in with the set. So you've got all sorts in here. We've got the little diamante jewel ones again, where we've die cut them out of there for you as well. You've got the rainbow stripe where they've been die cut from that. You've got the copper effect with the silver. And what we've done here is we've allowed you to be able to either make it with a copper frontage or a silver frontage. You can do either or with it, Joe. Make it whichever which way around you like. So you get 2 of all of these. Aren't they beautiful? The colour range is that you get 10 of them in the copper effect colours, which is so like these colours here, and then 10 in the gold metallic colour finishes as well.
Beautiful.
But 20 in total, and then you've got all the coordinating handles and accessories to go with them. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that when you finish with all of this, you will have a number of bits left over. Absolutely, you're going to have bits left over.
Yeah, and the great thing is, well, you don't need to remember how to put these together. Remember, you can come back and watch these shows back anytime you like. So Keith put one of these together in the earlier Wake Up Call show. I'm sure he'll put another one together for us in this show. That's if the stock lasts, because it is very, very busy at the moment over the website, Keith.
And it does include a set of instructions that are easy to follow. They come included in with the box. So if you've never made one before, you're a little bit nervous about it, don't be. They are so easy to put together, but it does come with an easy guide of how to be able to put them together, Joe. So all is good. You're not have to be worried about these, but dimensional crafting, how wonderful is it to be able to make these beautiful items that you can have a lot of fun with. Great for kids' parties, wonderful for the table. Now you're on about cheese and biscuits, Joe,
Which is the dessert, isn't it?
Which for the dessert there, after the cream cake and all of that, you could add the, great for being able to put all of your little...
Put a bit of cheese in there.
Bit of cheese in there, a bit of thank yous in there as well. You could do all of that, couldn't you?
What would you
really?
be putting in yours? Stinking Bishop?
Well... Let's keep the bishop out of this, shall we? I'm thinking about maybe putting my little soaps in there, really. Me and the bishop are getting on just fine, so let's leave that where it is.
All right, we'll leave that where it is. Christine Mahoney says, whoa, nice handbags, Keith.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Christine, yes. Listen, it really is all about good, fun crafting, and that's what we're bringing for you from Paper DIenamics, something a little bit different. They're already pre-die cut, they're already pre-scored. All you've got to do is assemble them however you want. You're in charge. You can be the designer, the creator. So if you want to create your Smithy Vuitton bags, then you can do that with all of these.
Absolutely, you can indeed. Half gone I said
Wow.
a third, didn't I?
You did.
Half gone here.
Let's put those
You will
over
need
there,
to be
John.
quick for them if you want them. They are going to go indeed. $24.99 or $29.89 for platinum members. They work out at £1 a bag, which is really, really brilliant value. We are going to
And if
move
you want
on
to make
to.
and sell, Joe, we're really happy for the viewers to be able to make
Brilliant.
them, to be able to sell them. You know, again, put them on your craft stall. It's dimensional. People are going to pick them up. They're going to say, "Oh, look, you can put a scarf in there, a bit of jewellery in there."
Yeah.
So you're really dimensional crafting. Great fun.
Absolutely brilliant. Right, we're going to move on. There's so much to get through in this show. I would absolutely urge you to go and hit the shop of the show button. Have a little look. I'll show you. This will be in the shop of the day button, actually. So hit the shop of the day button. You'll see all the Paper DIenamics items in there that we have left. We've already had sellouts, and more sellouts are just around the corner. We're going to have a little look next at this incredible selection of metallic cardstock. I think if you've never had anything before from Paper DIenamics, this will be a great sort of try me bundle, because there's all the things in here that you're famous for, really, isn't it, Keith?
Absolutely, Joe, for sure. And of course, Try Me is a really good descriptive of that, because you're only getting 10 A4 sheets, roughly 8.5 by 11.
People are multi-ordering on this one, by the way, which I can really see why, given the value.
Yeah, great value. So we're going to quickly whiz through the 10 different styles, and then we're going to tell you about what the deal is. So you can buy them individually, but just hang on until we've shown you all 10. Okay,
Amazing.
so this is the 10 sheets of the Hazy Days in there. You can see beautiful quality, all in the bright silver, and look how the colour cascades across the front of the sheet. So those are the 10 of the Hazy Days. Then we've got this one, Joe. Absolutely fabulous, brand new sort of design that we've brought
These
to here.
are half gone, by the way.
Oh, really?
Half
Wow,
gone.
wow. You're going to have to be quick, boys and girls. You really are. I love this design. The bubbles effect. These are in A4 sheet size. Again, look how the colour bounces across your screen there. So you get 10 sheets of those. Then we're going to give you, there's more. We're going to give you 10 sheets of the lenticular as well. Look, these on here, the wonderful little designs. You see one image and you get all of them across the page. So you see one image and you get it almost hundreds of times repeated, the way that the actual holographic element works. But you could cut these into squares, you could cut these into strips, you can of course die cut them however you want, but they're included in with the set. Then in the fourth one of the holographics, we've got the love hearts, Joe, and all of the love hearts. And again, 10 sheets. These are all in 10 sheets. Try me little bundles. So again, you're not going to ram your craft room full of stock. You're going to be able to have a lot of variety and choice. Those are the 4 holographics. That's quite an important thing, which we'll come back to at the end of the presentation.
These are going really fast, Keith. Just to let everyone know, 2/3 gone now on these. What's going to happen is a couple of the items in here are going to sell the whole bundle out. So what we'll do is we can only secure so many with the saving, £26 or $26. When it sells out, which is going to, because we can't sell them all for that higher price, we've got some of them available on an individual. If you want all of them together, you want to get the £26 or $26 off, then you need to be shopping in this. Actually, in fact, I'd say if it's in your basket, think about checking it out, because there are less than 100 left of these now to go around.
Wow. So it ain't yours until you...
Absolute.
Check it out. We're going to start a new game show, aren't we, Joseph?
Are we?
Yeah, you've seen the mask, you know, the mask. Take off the mask. What's it called? Is it...
Take it off.
Take it off. Take it off. We're starting a new one. We're going to call it Check It Out.
Check it out. Well, you're going to lose out otherwise.
I'll lose out. Listen, this is the holographic, and I'll use the word holographic glitter card. That's in the beautiful pink mauve colour on there. It is glittery. You can see possibly on your screen there the holograms bouncing around on there. But again, it doesn't shed, so there's none of the glitter going to come off and create a big mess in your craft room. So you've got the 10 more. We've then got the 10 green. I'm going to go quite speedily because we've got quite a lot to get to.
And it is going to go,
We've got the green in there as well. So you've got the lovely rich green for all of your foliage, your leaves, your flowers, your trees in there as well. Red, the colour of love. You're going to get all of those as well. Let's say colour of love. This could be for Christmas. It could be Valentine's, Mother's Day. Anything where you want to send something in red, absolutely perfect to go with that. So you're going to get 30 sheets of those. 10, 10 and 10, Joseph. Then we're going to go on to the metallics. We're going to give you those as well. You've got the metallics, the bright silver metallic. How shiny and glitzy is that? Look there.
Really
See the
cool.
reflective across the screen of everything that we're showing you. 10 sheets of the silver, Joe. And we're going to give you 10 sheets of the bright gold. This is a little bit thicker in rigidity. So great for construction, for your box making, all of those sort of things. Or if you just want to add the air of luxury to your crafting room, this is brilliant. But again, look how lovely rich. I call this my 24 karat gold one, Joe. 24 karat gold. It's
24 karat magic in the air, isn't there?
Really magic. It is definitely magic. And then, of course, You've then got the satin gold. Look at this, the beautiful satin gold. A lot of things that we do at Paper DIenamics featured on the satin finish. It's smooth, it's silky.
That's the one that's going to go, by the way. The satin gold is going to be the reason this whole collection sells out.
Very, very luxurious. Now, Joe, I'm going to give you 10 of them. We're going to give you 10 of them. We're going to give you 30 sheets in the metallics.
Brilliant.
30 sheets in metallics. We're going to give you 30 sheets in the glitter card. That makes
Lovely.
60 sheets. And so those 60 sheets are there for you.
Yep.
That's the bit that you're going to pay for. This bit here, Joe, all of these holographics on the deal that's on your screen now, you're going to get these for free.
How
I
amazing.
know, that breaks my heart. It's for free. You know, I should be crying at this point, not laughing and smiling and pretending it's my birthday. It's your birthday if you get these. Just there are all these 40 sheets are completely for free with that deal.
26.71 you save in the UK, 26.01 if you're in the US, and then of course you're able to use your platinum discount on top of that as well. So platinum members in the UK, you're looking at 32 pence a sheet, which for this quality is absolutely sensational value for money. It really, really is.
Isn't it just a brick, Joe? It is just an absolute brick, isn't it? Beautiful.
It is indeed. 75% gone on these,
Wow.
so you will need to be quick.
Yeah,
If they're in your basket, there's almost as many people with these in their basket as there's stock available. So if it's in your basket and you want it, please do check it out. We've got a couple more items, haven't we, to get through in this preview,
sure.
which I know you're going to love. We're going to go back to nature.
I'll be going back to
nature papers is where we're going next.
I love this, and I think really what we should really do is saying to the viewers, look, this is what you get. You've got two choices. You can either buy them as individual.
You can get them individually, yes,
or you can buy them as a bundle. Now we've got 8 different colourways to show you. They're all made up of the same concept, but 8 beautiful. Now these are handmade papers. These are made in the lovely where is it? The northeast part.
The northeastern part of Thailand.
Thailand, there you go. And what they are is they are handmade papers, but they're in a bundle. They're a little bit different from the sets that we showed you previously. Because in here, not only are you going to get papers, but you're also going to get the lovely skeleton leaves, you're going to get the cord, you're going to get the tags, and you're going to get the frames as well. So you get all of those. There are 16 tags, 16 frames, 4 pieces of cord, and 16 of the lovely skeleton leaves in there. And those are amazing. We'll show you them in a moment or two as well. In addition to that, you'll notice straight away all of the colours match with each other. You've got 4 colours in there.
And these are all made out of the frames and the leaves and the tags. They're all made out of the same types of material.
All handmade materials,
Brilliant.
Joe, which is fantastic. And then look, in here, you've got all of these different papers as well included in with this set. So you've got the papers in there as well. So you've got all of these different papers included. That's the 4 different papers indoors. And then in addition to that, Joe, you do get the big sheets of the papers as well. Look at these. For those of you joining us just now in this hour, look how big and beautiful these are. Aren't they stunning?
They're amazing, aren't they? Absolutely amazing. It's kind of like mulberry tissue, isn't it?
It is like mulberry tissue. It's wafer thin. It's also got a great bit of rigidity with it in terms of being able to pull it. It doesn't just fall apart in your hands. You could lightly iron it if you want to get those creases out for sure. And I was thinking about home decor, using your Mod Podges on these, bit of upcycling of
also
old furniture.
Also quite a good one if you wanted to sort of scrunch it and seal it to add texture to something as well.
And again, if you wanted to put these inside those lovely boxes, Joe, you know, wrap your little gift up inside these, put them in your boxes.
Brilliant.
How brilliant
Which you can do at this kind of value.
Which you can do.
Over 400 elements in that particular collection, which is brilliant.
It is, Joe. And let's just show the viewers very, very quickly the colours of what you're going to get. So you get 3 sheets of those big sheets of papers as well. So you get 3 of those, along with the 4 pieces of those, along with the all of the tags. Now, if I apply that by all 8 colours, you are getting over 424 elements to be able to play around with. And what we've got there, Joe, is we've got all of the colours. We've got the lovely the pinks and the purples.
And this is definitely the way to go for them, because you're not paying for 2 when you get them in this configuration. They're available individually. You get 2 free when you get them all together, which is definitely the way to go. It's the most popular way of getting hold of them at the moment.
So you've got the pinks and the blues, you've got the pinks and the purples, I should say. Then you've got the blues. How beautiful do they look? It's the same makeup in all of them. You know, bearing in mind 4 sheets, 3 sheets, and the 16s of each all of elements. Then you've got the earth tones in there. The lovely browns and the creams are included in with the set. Then if you wanted to go with those, the lovely reds as well. Look at the different reds in there. The real deep mulberry red through to the bright red are included in with the set there. Then if you're very tropical, this is my typical tropical kind of range with the yellow, the blue, the green, and the red, of course, in there as well. The mixed pack in there. That's a beautiful concept of colours in there for bright, happy card making or scrapbooking. Bearing in mind, this is acid and lignin free. It's all handmade. There are no colorizations in here. Even all of the colours, Joe, have been made up with natural inks and pigments.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a really eco-friendly way, isn't it, of producing what are gorgeous papers. And I love, as you say, they are all they're all unique. Every single sheet is unique.
All of them are unique, and don't forget, you can buy them all individually. They're on the website, but the value is, if you buy it as a bundle, you are getting 2 of them completely for free.
You are indeed.
So I said you're getting 2 for free.
So you get the blues and the rouge as well. Blues and rouge, they are coming to you for free. If you do want to get them individually, they're $9.99 each, but you save £20 or $24 when you get them together. Wow. Absolutely. Yep. The best way to get the best value is to grab them like that. $47.91 or $57.43 if you are a platinum member. So do snap those up. Very busy on those. Now the translucents, how are we doing on the how many did we start with? Okay, so we are over half gone on the translucent. So very, very busy. Why do you think people have particularly loved these today so far?
Well,
Pete?
I personally love translucents because I think they're a very unique and underrated product, Joe. Again, what I'll try and do is when I get over to my craft list, let's see if we've got time, we'll put through an embossing folder. Now,
brilliant.
A little while ago, we've been doing translucents for a little while, and I'd be saying to the viewers, you can have any colour you want as long as it's white.
Okay.
I mean, a man that invented the car once said that you can have any colour you want as long as it was black. In this case, you can have any colour you want as long as it's white. Okay. However, today I have sourced the most amazing range of translucents for you to be able to play around with. And as we said earlier on, Joe, look how it tears. You've got a lovely white edged finish on there. You can ink on it, you can stamp on it, you can emboss it, you can die cut it, you can make your flowers, your butterflies, bring everything to life. But of course, it is translucent as well. Fantastic. So those are the white. And then, Joe, I was out and about. You know what? The viewers know me now by Smithy, what he's like. I'm out and about, mixing with my friends in the industry, and I found these. Look at these. These are translucent, but it's textured. It feels textured.
You see behind it, there you go. You can see, can't you, look, the way it's got that, it's like rippled, isn't it?
It is like a ripple, and it's also got lines going down. Some of you may remember Conqueror paper. That's a major brand of Conqueror paper, a major brand of really high-end papers that you would use in the, back in the day when we used to write letters, we would use a Conqueror, which is a really top-notch quality, almost like the Rolls Royce, if you like, of papers. This is beautiful. So you're going to get 5 sheets of the textured papers. And then the other thing then, Joe, that set me off was the fact of, look, we've got the colours. We've got 5 sheets each in all of the colours. We're going to give you the lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. We could give you the 5 sheets of the lemon yellow. Not seen before. Very hard. You'll never find this anywhere else on planet Earth, honestly, Joe. Lemon yellow. An absolute must-made for your flowers making. But if you don't like lemon yellow, but you like daffodils, there you go. We've got your daffodil lemon yellow as well, really, all in there as well. So the yellow's a big part of the submarine making kind of genre in there as well. We all like a yellow submarine, don't we? There's a song title. And what about then a bit of the purples or the lavender blues in there as well, Joe? Look at this one. A beautiful, beautiful effect. It's got a little bit of a mottled effect in there, as you can see from there. You can get the most. I'm going to try and show the viewers exactly what you can do in there. But again, look how it tears fantastically well. So again, for all of those oldie worldy kind of finishes, we're still only up to number 5 there, Joe. Then we've got the reds. What about the reds? The lovely rustic red included in with this as well. You're only getting 5 sheets of each, so you're not actually going to.
People are multi-ordering on this, Keith, and
I can well believe it, Joe. I can believe it because this is unique. You can't buy this anywhere else on planet Earth other than here today on Crafters TV. And then, of course, we've got a number of the blues. This is the first of the blue, and this one, Joe, was a little bit heavier in weight. This is a little bit more. A little bit more thicker in weight. So you've got a variant from 140 GSM up to 200 GSM in weight. But again,
you'll be able to make amazing flowers with that. Because you're going to really be able to get loads of curve.
You're going to get loads of curves, loads of structure in there, Joe, for instance. And then look at this one. This is one of my favourite ones, which we've called the aqua blue, the turquoisey aqua blue. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? I think that is a fantastic colour. But again, all part of yours if you want it as this multi-buy bundle. Again, beautiful, beautiful colour. And then we've 2 more to go. We've only 2 more to go, which is the light blue, which is the lightest of the weights. This is definitely 140 GSM. Really, really lightweight.
These are 2/3 gone, Keith.
Wow.
And there is nearly as many people with them in their basket as we have stock available. Wow. This is another one that is going to go, certainly in this show.
And this is what we call our Canson blue. That's C-A-S-O-N, Canson blue. This is a 200 GSM.
It's almost like it feels like an acetate. It's kind of that thick.
We've torn it on purpose. It's not a faulty sheet. We did tear it on purpose to show that you can still tear it. It's that good a quality of a product, and you can stamp onto it. You can ink onto it. You can emboss with it. You can add your glitters onto these. There's nothing that you can't do. But that's colour number 10. Joe, let's put all of those together for you. There are 50 sheets in this bundle. Normally we would sell them in 18 sheets per colour. But today I put together this special bundle for the viewers so that we didn't actually ram your craft room too full of translucent papers. You're going to get 50 sheets made up of the 10 colours, but you need to get it whilst we've got it, because when it's gone, wow.
It's going to go. It is indeed. It's very, very busy. Three quarters of the stock gone here now. So that is everything. You've seen everything, and there's a great opportunity now for you to check out your baskets, because we're taking you through everything we have left, essentially. And I mean, they are running out. We are running out really, really fast. We had an exceptionally busy wake-up call. So if you've got stuff in your basket, now is the time to get it checked out. $23.91 or $28.71 is your price here on these. Right, any questions you've got, get them into me. You're going that way over there, Keith. So Keith's going to get set up for a demo. Whilst Keith's getting set up for a demo, you've got time to check your baskets out. I would say go now and check out, because you are going to lose out otherwise. We are going to have a demo in just a moment, but the handbags, all of the iridescent, and of course those also the I can't remember the name. The name of the one we just looked at, the vellums, that's the name that I'm thinking of, yes. All very busy. So this really is your opportunity to check out before things start to now sell out. So please head over there. Any questions you've got, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. That is how you're best to get those in. Right, we're going to give Keith another minute or a couple of minutes to get himself set up for his demo. So whilst he does that, we are going to, I just want to remind you, here we are. Let's take a moment, let's share with you some of the fun stuff we get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafters Companion, an absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit. Its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafters Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy. Get yours now.
Absolutely, get yours now. Very, very busy start to this Paper DIenamics hour. We will have, fingers crossed, another hour of Keith a little bit later today if we have enough stock to go around. It is very busy across everything you've seen. Right then, let's head over to Keith. He is all ready for his demonstration. What are we going to be looking at first, Keith?
Well, I think what we're going to do, Joe, is we're going to show the viewers exactly why these handmade papers are such a massive, massive must-have for your craft room, either by the individual colour or by all 8 sets, and bear in mind you're only going to pay for 6 of them, so really, really good fun. Let's just start with the metallics though, which I know are selling really, really well, because this is a piece of the silver that's included with the set. And I did say, look how all of these just emboss with your normal everyday embossing folders. This is an 8x8 embossing folder that I've applied to that silver card. Look at that good fella down in the bottom there. He's a good looking chap, isn't he? You can see how we've embossed that, and the quality of what you can get with them, Joe, are brilliant. So once we've embossed it, we're then going to trim it down to the finished size. We're going to make an 8" by 8" card using these papers. So look, we've put some tape behind. All of this should be pre-prepped for me, so we shouldn't take too long doing any taping and things like that, because I'd like to show you how we can quickly make a box as well whilst we've got stock. So if you're liking what you're seeing, I can tell you that the mulberry papers working with the boxes will give you the most amazing collectible, sellable kind of items that you can imagine, and people are going to be well impressed with what you actually do with them. This is the going to go down nicely then on our 8" by 8" card. That's going to be the base for all of what we're going to be able to play around with. Now, I'm going to use the blue set to start with, which I've got here at the side of me. Let me just take that off to show the viewers. This is the blue set, how it comes to you with the mulberry, with the skeleton leaves, the tags, the frames, the strings, and of course all of the papers as well, all in the blue kind of finish. But you've got all 8 to choose from, so the choice, as they say, is yours. Now I'm going to start by taking one of the darker colours, which we've done here, and again we've put some paper around, and look how that sits against the beautiful silver drop on there as well. So let's take the papers off the back of that. It really does come together to make the most exquisite cards. Or, as I've said, this is handmade paper. This is all done through handmade, hand drying, hand finishing. The only part of this that is manufactured in terms of professional machinery is that they are guillotined to the A4 sheet size on the papers. But then you've got the big sheets, which are just absolutely beautiful. And look how that then sits as the backdrop on that
really
silver.
Really awesome.
And of course it's textured as well, it's very tactile, so if you've got visually impaired customers, or I mean those who are visually impaired, you know, they feel by touch and feeling. This has got a great story behind it. And I did say that you get lots of the blues, Joe, so look again, look how we've got the second blue then that's going to sit really nicely on there. And I love the contrast between the silver, the dark blue. I used to call this my Arabian blue. Don't ask me why, I don't know anybody in Arabia, but I called it my Arabian blue. But it might be one of those Arabian blue nights. It could be sky blue. I don't really know all of the names that you might want to call it, but we called this an Arabian blue back in the day, and I think that name has always stuck with me because I've been selling colours for nearly 30 years, Joe. I know I don't look old enough. It's my birthday tomorrow, but I don't look old enough. We were having bets on how old do you think I am, and in my head I'm 21, just to let you know.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 21.
21.
In my head, yes, I am. But which is, some say, well, Keith, you still act like a big kid, and probably I do as well. Maybe I do for sure. Now, look, let's just talk about these for a moment. These were these lightweight papers where I unfolded the big sheet for you, and I said, look, you can really get these lovely finished effects by giving it the torn-off effect on these sides here. Look how beautiful it tears, where you can tear off the edges, and then you get all of the feathering finishes on there as well. Let's just do it. I have prepared this a little bit because I didn't want to spend all day going around the squares, but you can see how easy it tears. And look what happens then is that when you pull it apart, you've got the fibres all tearing with it as well, so you can really get that shabby chic kind of look and finish with that, Joe, which is just fabulous, isn't it really? Again, we can play with it on the top, on the bottom. We could add just a little bit of tape on there to stick that down, because we are going to cover that up in a minute or two as well. So let's just put a bit of tape on there if I can find the end of the tape roll. Keith, where's the end of the tape? Oh, I found it. Believe it or not,
I know. Are you using finger lift tape here? Are you with this?
I'm using just finger lift tape on there as well, Joe. And I want to put that so it's going to go. Let me stick that on where I think it's going to go in the end game. So I'm going to put that onto there as well. So we'll just put a couple of bits on so we know roughly whereabouts that's going to go. But you could use a wet glue, Joe. As I say, it's receptive to any of the glues. It's just obviously if you use a wet glue, you've got to allow a little bit of drying time. But you can use a wet glue. It is a paper stock, and that's going to go fabulous down there. It's going to give it a real rustic kind of look, I feel, really, which is fantastic. It's fixed on there. But then again, part of that, Joe, is look, you've got the second colourway. And look, you see these little bits of in here? These are actually in the papers themselves. This is an actual piece of mulberry bark in the paper itself. It's not a fault. It's not something you want to turn around and say, oh, I don't particularly like that. This is in the bark finish in itself. So again, let's put a bit of tape across there and we'll fasten that on as well, Joe. You really can get a rustic hand-look finish kind of to these things, Joe.
Just to let you know, Keith, the holographic, the A4 cardstock, limited stock.
Wow.
On holographic. So if you want it, you will need to be quick. Very, very busy. I think that'll be the last we see of that today, Keith.
Wow. Well, do you know, Joe, when I come up here to Crafters TV, I love it because I travel about 1,000 miles to get here. In my head, I do anyway. It's only about an hour and a half in real times. I got the speed of lightning, but honestly, within the constraints of the national speed limits, of course. But it's always a pleasure for me to be able to see that the viewers are liking what we're showing you from Paper DIenamics, and that is a wonderful, wonderful pleasure for me to be able to show you the products that we're bringing, and the fact that I am glad that you like them, because that's the important bit.
Absolutely.
Now, this is going to be quite interesting, because really what I wanted to do then is I'm going to put some of my little 3D foam pads onto here, which is going to be quite cool, I think, really. We're going to put some 3D foam pads on there because we spoke about the skeleton leaves, Joe, and you do get a number of skeleton leaves, 16 I believe in each particular pack in each particular colour. What do we mean by skeleton leaves? These are absolutely stunning. Let me just show you one or two, and they've actually got a glitter feel in between them as well. Look how fantastic those are in the different sizes, and they've got these lovely speck of glitters. You probably can't see that too much on your screen, but when you get these home, you will see that they are glittering. They're like little diamonds in the stars, in the sky there. Absolutely beautiful.
Really, really lovely. Very, very fine glitter on those.
Oh, unbelievably fine. And then what you can do then, Joe, is you can literally just position these wherever you want. So what I've done is I've got a whole range of them, just a few that I'm just going to spread out around on the edges, because this is what's going to make this a lovely finished kind of car. Bringing these onto the ends. I'm going to give Debbie some of these stocks. She's going to do some FaceTimes for me and have a little bit of a play and give her professional touch to these as well, which is brilliant. So it's good for every crafter, regardless of whatever your ability is. You will be able to play around and have so much fun with all of these. Now there we go, we've got it nice and finished off there. Now I also mentioned, Joe, that we've got the tags, and here we have the tags. Look, we've got the big tags in the lovely Arabian
And these
blue.
are made out of the mulberry papers as well, Keith,
all
are they?
all in the mulberry paper finish, all very tactile, all done with those hand paper finish. And what I've done is I've put the three colours together, and we've put a little bit of the cord there, Joe, to be able to just finish them off. And the cord is included in with the pack. So again, you could either glue these down if you wanted to do so, or you could literally just tie the tag and really make it into a lovely little bow kind of finish if you want to do so. This is a bit like Smithy learning how to tie shoelaces and going back to school again. Now, tie your shoelaces around the tree, back up the rabbit hole again, blah, 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 blah. We can do all of those sort of things as well. But the cord means that then you can make this for personal gifts, you can put it on gifts, you can make it hangable, you can make it all of the things that you want to be able to do so on those on there. And what I wanted to do then was just bring in a little bit of a play with where I want to go with this. I'm going to put another couple of 3D foam pads behind there just to be able to fasten it all down, and we're going to put that on to the top there. So let me just take off those two backing sheets off of the back of the tags. And it really is all about being able to make things that are handmade, hand finished, hand looked, and that lovely shabby chicy kind of feel to it as well. And then that's going to go beautifully over the top to cover up all of those finishings down on there, Joe. And how cool does that look? Now, bearing in mind, these are still loose, so I can position them however I want to. If I wanted to fasten those down, I could do so. But they are looking really, really nice on there. So, just to show the viewers then where else we could go, look, here's a tag set that we've decorated earlier using the frames.
So lovely.
And the skeleton leaves as well. How beautiful does that look? Let's just put it on a bit of a plain background for you to see. You can create all of those things using the contents of the packs, Joe. It is that such a product that's going to give you so much crafting opportunity. So we've got the flowers, the butterflies on there as well, all beautifully die cut from that. And I've got loads of tags to show you as well, which we'll come back to in a minute or two, because I've put together a little bit of a flower set here. There's some flowers that we've done again, just die cutting them out of the papers in the same colourway to be able to make the most amazing different florals and flowers as you can imagine. So that one's going to go nicely then down onto, let me just get my fingernails, that's going to go nicely down on the top end of the tag. And then just to finish this card off, Joe, which I thought would be really, really nice, let's put a diamante into the middle of it, because I think that just would finish it off perfectly down the centre. And just to show you that that's not a fluke, you could equally do the same in all of the colours. So this is the lavender one, this is the blue one. I'm not going to use the lavender one because it doesn't match, but you could make this card in the lavender finish. You could do exactly the same card in all different colourways, Joe, which is, how cool is that? Sometimes as crafters we get a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, Debbie? You know, you go a little bit... you lose your mojo. You maybe think about, well, you can make the same card 8 times over, and particularly if you want to make and sell, you can do all of those things as well. And I mentioned, obviously, like in the silver card stock, let's just bring this one back into play, because again, I can use my dies to cut out from all of the elements that are left over from that. And here is one that I prepared a little bit earlier on, and it just says happy birthday, as you can see there, all beautifully die cut out of that silver card. But just to save a little bit of time, I've already pre-done that for us, and that's brilliant. So that's going to go nicely down on there. But what I need to do then is I do need to get a little bit of glue, and this is the bit that I personally don't, it doesn't float my boat, this, because I end up getting all stickied up with glue.
The translucent is also limited stock, with more people trying to get it than we actually have stock available at the moment. And the A4 collection, 95% of the stock has gone now, and then we are also in a position where we've got more people with it in their basket than we actually have stock available. Wow. So it's a very, very busy show. Loads of sellouts as well. Over a quarter of the mulberry of these natural papers have gone now as well, so it is very, very busy. When the A4 sells out, we may have some individuals left. I will take you through those if we do, once that bundle has gone.
Wow, that's an amazingly busy show, isn't it, Joe, for sure. And again, now look, just to bring this into play, these here are the butterflies. This has been cut out of the translucent vellum. So if you have got that in your basket, congratulations. This is what you're going to be able to do with it. This is the quality of what you can die cut with that. And if you've got the holograms in there as well, look, there's the hologram that's going to sit with that as well. And what we can do with the holograms is we can actually put a hologram butterfly down onto here. I think that's going to work quite nicely down onto there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay the translucent butterfly, because it is translucent, so you can therefore see it. And we're going to overlay that slightly off centre in the middle there of that, and then just to make sure that it is complete, we're going to put a little bit of a gemstone in the middle there, just to cover up the actually fixing of the 3D foam pad down on the middle. And Joe, for the moment, my friend, I think that that is a beautiful, beautiful card. You can be able to make and sell these at home as much as you like. And how much would you sell a card for like that for? You know, £2, £4, £5, £10. You know, you go and look, check out what handmade cards of this kind of quality are selling for, and you will be amazed. And there you go. I think that is a beautiful card, all done with the handmade mulberry papers.
Really gorgeous. I'm going to take you through again what you're getting in there as well, Keith. So each pack, of course, gives you all of your embellishments, and I love this because it really is. It's sort of full project pack really, because you're getting everything you need. You're getting those gorgeous skeleton flowers, all the different tags in there, the frames and the twine, which is excellent. Then you're getting, I love that you're including 2 different weights as well of these mulberry papers. Now remember, these are that totally natural paper that you've got. All of those sort of indentations, all of that texture that you've got in there is completely natural. It's not embossed, it's actually flat on one side. They are the natural fibres, those natural mulberry fibres that are in each and every one of these. These are available individually. Any of the ones I'm about to show you at $9.99. I'm going to give you the details though for the bundle, because the bundle is how you get the best value by far. You are saving £20 or $24. It is so beautiful. It's almost like a tissue, this particular one here. I mean, it is so, so light, and it is gorgeous. It tears really beautifully. As Keith said earlier, you can iron it if you want to, if you're using it for a larger piece. It's brilliant. If you love mixed media, you're going to absolutely adore using these. They're going to be wonderful for so many different mixed media projects that you might want to use. Let me just pop this back together and I'll take you through the rest of the colours. So you're getting that gorgeous burnt orange in there. That is your first colour that you've got. The wonderful blues in here too. Lovely, some teals, some turquoises in there. So these glorious greens are coming included. You're also getting that really wonderful pop of colour in all the primary colours there. The reds are coming in here too. The creams and browns are gorgeous, as are these blues and your pinks and purples. All of them absolutely stunning. They really, really are. You're getting 2 for free when you get them in this particular configuration, which is brilliant. Very, very busy on these now at the moment. We must go back to the handbags. Let me find out how we're doing on the stock of the handbags. Let me just bring these in for you. Really, really busy. 2/3 now of our handbags are gone. 2/3 gone on the handbags, with lots of you sat with them in your baskets. Lots of you sat with the handbags in your bags. The great thing about these is you're able to make 20 in this collection. They are something that goes together so quickly, so easily. If you're someone that doesn't have a die cutting machine as well, maybe you're not at that point of your crafty journey yet, you're going to absolutely adore these. There's so much within them as well, which is brilliant. So you can see here, $24.99, $29.89 is your price on these. Platinum members, $19.99 or $23.91 there. Can the natural paper be die cut? Crafty Angie, yes, it can be die cut. Julie Lowe says, I love all the paper that Keith brings. I hope that he brings those back again. Mary says, nice kits with the mulberry paper. And Sylv saying how gorgeous the leaves are. It is all very, very pretty. I believe we're going to go back to Mr. Smith, and he's going to give us a demo on the handbags. Is that right?
Oh, yes. Oh, boy, he loves his handbags. He really does. Handbags, man bags, any kind of bags that you like. And they are so easy to put together. Before we finish off with regards to the handmade papers, I don't know if we can just come to my overhead to just show you some of them that are overlaid on here as well. Because I want to show the viewers, you know, the different colours. Look how the reds work with the creams down on here. Absolutely fabulous. And again, bringing in all that. Here we've got lovely, you know, a very Christmassy kind of look to it there as well. Beautiful. Again, bringing in some flowers. And look down on here. This has been overstamped. I don't know if you can see that really. Friendship is a big thing. Friendship isn't a big thing. It's a million little things. And that's been overstamped. All of the edges have been stamped. So these papers are so giving. Look at this one here now, where we've used, obviously, the gold flexer there. We were talking about this earlier on, weren't we, Joe, about the gold flex earlier, weren't we? We were talking about that. And again, you've got the big tags, these little tags. I think somebody asked about the die cutting. Look, these have been die cut, the butterflies, die cut from the mulberry pager range. And again, look at this one, again, over stamped, a really natural kind of look. But, you know, I made a wish and I thought of you. How lovely is that? And of course, don't forget, you've got your skeleton leaves on here as well. Stunning effects, all made using those lovely mulberry papers and tags that you can see on here as well. So it is a product that's going to give you so much creative fun if you want to do so. All of them tags are included with the set, and of course you could use that for your journaling, you could use it on your scrapbook pages, and so on and so forth. Equally, you could use it in your bags. Here's the bags that we're talking about, and there's the flowers that we've applied to the bags. So again, you can use it in all of the concepts of what we're bringing for you today. This is one of the bags that we made, one of our design team made for us. A beautiful, beautiful bag. Let's just move it into the middle there, and that's what I'm talking about, about dimensional crafting, putting a gift inside there, a piece of jewellery. You could wrap it with tissue, could be a headscarf or a little neckerchief scarf or whatever personalised gift you want to be able to put in there. You've got a lovely room to be able to put into your little bags as a set there. Let's show you a different way of how we can use them, and this was done by our Colette, who's a brand new, a new member to our design team at Paper DIenamics. Colette's a wonderful crafter. Met her only a few weeks ago, and I've given her some stuff, and she came up with some amazing ideas, and I thought, you know, we're all individuals, we're all on a creative crafting journey, and she just fed my imagination. It was just unbelievable what she'd done with them. So this is the concept of what you get with the bag. This is the bag itself, and when you've popped it out the carrier sheet, don't forget, you have then got a little bit of a template, I do believe. You didn't hear that from me, otherwise the wife might shout at me. But I think overlaying that over some of those mulberry papers would mean that you could put together some handmade mulberry paper bags. What a concept that would be. If we get time between now and the next show, I might just have a go at doing that for us. Now look, what I've done on here is we've just literally folded these bits together. You can see they're already pre-scored for you. All you've got to do is just fold them in on the score lines. You do get included in with the set these easy to follow instructions. You've got 4 examples of how you can use them, and on the back you've got some step-by-step instructions.
And you'll be able to come back and watch this show back any time, or the morning show as well, so you can always see the videos too, Keith.
If you're a Crafty's TV, it's interactive. It's on YouTube, you can watch it again and again and again, but you do get the little diagrams in there as well. But it's so easy to put together, Joe. We're just going to fold them in there, and straight away now you can see how easy this is folding up to become a little bit of a bag. You can see from there, look, there we go, there's the concept. It's already working for us. But what I wanted to do on this one, Joe, is I only want to fold them up, and I want to fold the top ones up. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to leave it like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the top element from on here, which is one of the bits from the accessory sheets. And of course, I've just put some tape behind on the top flap. And again, we just folded that over to go over the top. And bearing in mind, I've not made one of these, boys and girls, before. So trust me when I say I have not made one of these. If I'd made one before, I'd tell you that I've done one just like this before, but I haven't. So this is much as an interesting learning curve for me as it will be for you. But I do think, I look at something and I think, oh, there's an idea, or we could do that. So I've stuck that down. There you go, it's fixed onto there, and straight away my idea is now coming a little bit to fruition. Now, I also think, right, well, we've got a zip in here. Look at the details in the zip. Pull yourself together. We've got a lovely zip in here with a holographic finish and the beautiful foiling down the centre of the toothage. Look how cool they are. This is almost like a real zipper. So if you do get stuck, if your zipper busts, you've got some in your collection to be able to fasten on to your projects should you wish to do so. Do you like that, Joe? That
Absolutely, great zip. I mean, I don't think it'll be functional, but well, if your flies are always coming down, it might be a better option.
So we've put the little zipper on the top there. Now, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to think about, right, where we're going to go with this really. So now I put on onto there. Well, now we're going to go to this part onto here. So what I want to do then is I've taken one of the elements in here, which is our little pocket. This is our little pocket bit on here, and again it's beautifully foiled. You get them in gold foil and in the lovely rose gold foil, and I put some double-sided tape on the inside of the flaps. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on to create the pocket. I just need to make sure I get it all the right way around, so just please bear with me for a second. Oh yeah, we're going to get it the right way around. If I go that way, we're definitely going to get it the right way around. And what I'm going to do is just take these off from here. This will like create us a pocket that you can put a key in, which comes completely with the set as well, or you could put a little bit of a message in there. You could put a little thank you card in there, make a tiny little card to go inside as well. You could do all of those things as well, and that one's going to go really up to there. Come on. That's going to go nicely down onto the bottom there. We're going to stick that into there. Come on, that's going to fasten down, and then that's going to fasten down. The thing with the tape is it does get you a little bit glued up, as it were, onto there as well. No, I don't want to do that, Keith. Put that down. Come on. There we go. It's fastened. So you can see, we're getting a little bit of a glue marks on there. I do apologise. I'm just going to get my little bit of a soft cloth to polish off, because I used a wet glue in the previous show.
Definite last call on that vellum, Keith. It's in your bag. There's 3 left at the moment, so the next 3 people check out will get the vellum.
Right, so now what we're going to do, Joe, so you're going to have to be quick, boys and girls. What we're going to do is we're going to put that together like this, and then we're going to fold that over there like that. We're going to put that one now that's going to fold up to the top there, and now we're going to put that either inside our little pocket there, or what we can do is we could, if you wanted to, you could literally... let's just pop that up onto there. That can go onto...
The vellum has gone. It's sold out and gone, Keith. Congrats if you got it.
So I've also got in here, which is something that you can get quite freely in the craft market. These are just little Velcro spots, Velcro spots. Not quite sure if they're on the Crafters website, but you can definitely get them. They are readily available. If you just hunt around for Velcro bits, you can find all of those. And that one's going to go nicely onto the front there. So, but I don't have to use those, but I thought what we can do is just to show you the fact that is going to go nicely down and fasten into to that side there. And what we've done is we've just folded up the side. And you can see straight away now we're creating a different kind of look of bag, as it were, on here. And we've now got 2 different handles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten one handle into one direction and one handle into the other direction. So I've taken one of the holograms with the bronze foil on, and we're going to do one handle with the hologram foil, and that one's going to go nicely onto there. And then I'm going to take the second one, and we're going to interact that with the first one as well, and hopefully we'll pull it all in together. That's going to go nicely onto there. Make sure we get it in the same position roughly. That's around about to there. That one's going to interact with that one and go over the top there, and that one's going to fasten down really nicely on here. There are no rules. Let me stress, boys and girls, there are no rules. You can be as creative or as inventive as you like. It really does come down to the fact that you're the creative one, you're the designer of these, and the way that that is going to work and interact with each other is just wonderful. So we've got the lovely little crossover effect on there as well. Then we've got ourselves a lovely little tag. We could put a bit of tape onto the tag, or we could use some of the cord from the sets as well. We could do all of that, but we're going to do a little bit of the tag that's going to go on there for our lovely little bit of a thank you message, Joseph. That's going to go really nicely onto that one onto there. So let's just put our little thank you message onto our little bag as well. And then I wanted to also just mention that look, on the top of on some of the bags, you may well find that there is a zip on the back. You know, ladies have compartments in bags.
They do.
So you've got more zips than you probably will need, because you're going to probably get 20 sheets, 40 different zips included in with the set. And they're going to go really nicely onto the back of that little bag there. So we've got the little zipper on there. And then what we can do, look, you can decorate the backs, you could decorate the fronts. We could literally put in, here we've got the key for the set as well. So we could put a little bit of a key front on the front there. It is, honestly, I just love the idea of the fact that you're the designer. We're giving you the concepts, but you can be, once you get growing and you've made your first bag, you have got 19 others where you can really suit your creativity however you want to do so. And I can absolutely assure you, if I gave some of these to Debbie today, she will do her interpretation of her bag the way that she would want to do and the way that she would want it to look. So everybody's an individual, but we can all make the most amazing concept bags by just having a little bit of a play around with them as well. I've got the butterflies. Look at that butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? And it's beautifully foiled as well. And this would, if you did get the butterflies that have sadly sold out, that we'll bring to you on another day, but you do get butterflies included in with this little set as well.
2/3 of these have gone, Keith, the handbags. 2/3. These are going the same way as lots of other items in the show. It is very, very busy on these at the moment. So please, 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 if you've got the handbags in your bag, check them out, because they are going really quickly now.
Wow. We're having a great day, Joe, aren't we?
We are indeed.
I'm really pleased that the viewers are enjoying the show. You do get these flowers included in with the set. I can tell you that you do get all of these. So I'm not adding anything else extra. All of these are going to come out the carrying sheet of the accessories. So again, you can make your three-dimensional flowers. And if you wanted to, Joe, this is really quite cool. I love this because, believe it or not, this is dead true. This little bit here, which I'm just going to try and hold up to the camera here. Can you see this little diamond here? That has come from the set, and it's the centre out of one of the elements on there. Just let me just remember which one it was, where I got it from. It is the centre of. It comes out of. Let me think which one. It comes out the middle of the key. Can you see the key down on here?
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
It's come out the middle of the key. On one of the hologram sheets. So every part of the collection, including those little, those little elements there, everything, including that lovely diamante set in the middle of the flower now, is there for you. It is stunning, honestly, to be able to make the most amazing things, and I've not had to use anything else. I've just used what I'm paying for within the actual main collection in itself. And let's look. Where do we want the key, Joe? I think we'll stick the key maybe down onto the front here as an accessory. And there, boys and girls, look, we've got a different style of handbag to the one that we did earlier on today, or with the flowers. So you can make them like this, or you can make them like this. But again, nevertheless, still dimensional, still functionable. You can still open it and put your gift inside. Bearing in mind, don't forget, I did say that you've got your Velcro strip inside, so you can lift up the flap and you can open the bag up and put your gifts inside.
We are fast running out of time, Keith. We need to quickly squeeze in a vote of the show. So if you grab your two makes that you've done in this show, it is either number 1, which is Debbie's craft along, which is this one just here, or number 2, which is Keith's Mulberry one that he did there, or number 3, Keith's handbag. 1, 2 or 3. You've got a minute or so to get your votes in. I'm just going to grab some more of those handbags just to give you an idea again of the sort of thing that you can do with these. Remember, you're getting 20 of these included in here, which is excellent value. Platinum members, you're looking at £1 a bag. Totally functional, absolutely glorious, aren't they? And of course, if you want to as well, you've got the ability. I mean, I guess you could emboss onto some of these if you wanted to, could you, Keith? If you really want to put them through a larger A4 embossing folder. I know some of them have got that wonderful embossing on there already. But again, all the different options. I absolutely love these ones, as you can see here, with the little straps on there. I love the double one. It's like a big doctor's bag, that one, isn't it? And lots of diamantes on there. So loads of different ways that you can use these, which is fantastic, and they're a brilliant price. However, 2/3 of them have gone. I don't know if these will make it to that later show. Such is the level of busyness over on the website at the moment. Right. Last call on so many items at the moment, Keith, over on the website. But we're going to go back and have a look at, we're going to go back to the Metallic Moments 100 sheets. We will have some individuals, Keith, but when this sells out, we only have a finite amount we can do with the £26, $26 discount. So if you want it, it's the last call. I'm going to find out precisely how many there are of that bundle remaining, because I know it is very, very low now, Keith.
Look at this. It's a brick. It's 100 sheets. It's going to be a nice little wedge in your craft room, but you've got 10.
9.
There's 9 left.
9.
Oh my goodness me.
8.
For the whole of America and the United Kingdom and the globe, planet Earth.
8 left.
Because we're a global audience here, We had somebody emailing in from Denmark first thing this morning. Trinidad first thing this morning. We're a global audience. You've got 8 left between a global
7
audience.
left.
Oh my goodness me. You're going to have to be quick. But don't forget, it ain't yours until you check it out. There you go. There's a new concept of the day. Don't forget, you're getting 10 different designs in the bundle. You're only paying for 6 of them. It's an amazing, fantastic value for money bundle. And you're going to get 4 holographics, 3 glitters, and 3 metallics, all included in with the set there.
6 left. 6 left. It's going to go. We need to move on very quickly. Demo of the show is number 1. Debbie's Craft Along is the demo of the show. Should we have a quick look at the mulberries as well before we end the show again, Keith? Because it is very busy there now. Over a quarter of the stock gone here. 30% in fact now of the stock has gone on these.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, again, look, you've got the naturals in there with the greys and the blacks and the white in there. Of course, you've got all of the greens. Fabulous, fabulous green tones in there. You've got the multicoloured range as well. Fabulous primary colours, yellow, blue, green and red. You've got all the reds as well. This is the Rouge kit, the Rouge Noir kit on there as well. You've got the earth tones, the browns and the creams in there as well. All come with the mulberry leaves, all come with the tags, all come with the frames and the cord as well. All in there. That's the blue ones, and then you've got probably the most popular one on its own at the moment, the pinks and the purples. But don't forget, altogether that makes 464 usable sheets and elements included in with the set. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really, really great deal on there for you, which is absolutely brilliant. Right, we are out of time. We're going to be back. You're going to be back with us at 7 p.m. UK time. That's 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. West Coast. Before that, then, we have got Creative Cravings, an act of 2 parts. So Debbie will be here with me for part 1, if you are French, and then of course we'll have an hour of Keith, and then we'll have part 2. Here's the filling to the Creative Cravings sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah. Right. Don't forget to check out your baskets.
What would you like for your filling? Cheese?
It ain't easy being cheesy.
It's not easy
right, go ahead, get your baskets checked out on pretty much whatever's left of Paper DIenamics. Myself and Debbie will see you back here in 1 hour's time. Take care.